Hello, Internet, and welcome to Saturday Nights. Thank you for joining us here this lovely Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, whatever it might be for you out there. We're going to have to start calling this Saturday Night / Sunday mornings for our group of players. But thank you. So we are here to play some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We have... If you're just joining us for the first time for this episode, I wouldn't normally say this, but you probably would be better off doing something else.
Just don't.
Just don't. So we are kind of concluding our campaign here, our story of this iteration. I think we're on episode 30 right now. So that is where we are kind of wrapping up. And yeah, it's probably gonna be a bit confusing. I'm going to talk about some of our other stuff going on that you should definitely join us for, even if you're not going to stick around for this. We have coming up tomorrow the next episode of Slang 101, our Monster of the Week campaign that Savannah runs. You can join us for that at 4 o'clock Eastern time. That goes every other Sunday. We will have, Thursday, we will have the next episode of All Myths Are True, which will be the beginning of a new campaign that, again, Savannah runs it. We're going to be playing Tales from the Loop, which is kind of a Stranger Things, Goonies-esque adventure with a bunch of kids running around.
Much closer to Goonies.
Yeah, running around and trying to solve mysteries going on in their town, trying to save their ignorant parents from the adults from their problems. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. That's going to be every other Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Right here, and then join us next week. Obviously, we Saturday nights will not be taking any time off after we finish this. We're going to be moving on to the next thing. Next week's probably going to be like a spacer filler kind of epilogue episode where we are going to probably wrap up anything that we don't get to today. Probably talk about the campaign a bit. Talk about what's going to be going on next, and we may have might do some fun things like. A monster fight or a battle royale or something like that to cap it off, and we may have some new people here to play with us too, but more on that to follow. And that next Sunday, definitely come back and join us for session 2 of the Pursuit of the Black Kestrel, which is our Pathfinder 2nd edition campaign that we started last week. I'm running it. A lot of these people are in it. We are, like I said, playing 2nd edition Pathfinder. None of us have played it before, so we're learning the game. And it's following a group of airship faring. I'm trying to figure out, I wanted to say seafaring, and that didn't work. But the crew of an airship that are searching for a long-lost treasure. So come hang out with us for that. That's going to be every other week, alternating from Slang 101. I think that's it as far as things going on in the next week. Does anyone have anything that I missed? No. I realize that if I do this the whole session, I can just pretend that I'm Death DMing this game.
Don't you dare.
So yeah. Well, I guess without any further stalling, let's get started. I need something. Let's do this one. Yeah. Something a little dramatic. Last time on Saturday nights, our crew, our adventurers, our heroes had concluded their battle with the beholder Krillock, who had ascended to a sort of deific form after having ingested or consumed some all-powerful essence from the source of magic on the material plane. You defeated him, reclaimed the source, this mystical box that you've been searching for some time now, as part of Hilda's family lineage and quest. You opened the contents of this box, this relic, this source, and you found a portal beyond, a chamber, opening up to a place unknown to you. You found the remains of a long dead angel and other battle scars there. Relating to a past one shot that we did a long time ago that you can check out, probably on our YouTube channel. And our heroes found the source, this well of power in an antechamber in this forgotten temple. You opened it and found within a young girl who, through some strange and nebulous conversation, informed you that she herself is the source of magic in this world in Sarthia, and that she had been engaged in a eons long battle with the void, in which constantly, time and time again, a calamity had risen, the void returned, and she would be forced to use her powers to seal it away, rendering herself in a state of suspended animation, and locking the void away into some far, far realm. And time again, meddling mortals or gods or the like would free it. Calamity would be unleashed upon the worlds, and she'd be forced to do so again. And this time, after demonstrating her powers to you, she said that she was tired of this, and she was fed up with this endless cycle. And she offered you an alternative, that you could do the same as anyone else, to lock away this power, this void, to save your world again, but it would surely return in time, due to just the machinations of the universe. Or you could use the power that she has, imprison both her and the void in that realm far beyond, wherever the void goes during its slumbering, and spare your world any further harm or calamity. But in doing so, you would lose magic in Sarthia. With that, she advised you she would return when the moment was right, when you had when the choice needed to be made, and she disappeared, returning you to your guild hall. You discussed this with the 6 deities that you have bunking with you, and unanimously they agreed to follow your guidance, your decision here, that they would go along with your choice to seal away magic if that was what you chose to do. Some of them seeming to be more reluctant about it, some seeming rather intrigued by the prospect. But you seem to come to a consensus that locking this power away, sparing the universe from further destruction, would be ultimately the best decision to make. With that, there was a crack across the sky as you rested, after you had finished resting for the evening, and as those globules, these objects were falling from the sky all around you, kind of crashing down onto the world of Sarthia, unleashing the void across its denizens. That process stopped, and emerging from this rift in time and space, you saw a massive dragon, wings outstretched, glistening like the night sky, a star seemingly burning in its chest and in its eyes as well. It swooped down, carrying down to the plains of Sarthia, and along with it, you heard a voice, the voice of the Arbiter. who spoke out and requested that the mortals of Sarthia remain calm, to not fear that you would find peace in the void, that a judgment that had been forestalled for millennia would finally be delivered. And that is where we will pick up our session, as you see this dragon swooping down, growing larger as it does, and carrying over the world. It's seemingly displaced in proportion and perspective from where it sits in the sky, the same as this portal is, that seems to be constantly located in the same spot, despite your location. It seems to detach itself from this quasi-real state and solidifies in the sky above Quildun, where you currently are, and it sweeps down low and at a breakneck speed begins to circle over the countrysides, and begins to let out a deafening roar, even at your current vantage point, despite the distance that you're at. And you watch as this flame emanates from a black flame, still specked with this starlight in it, that strafes over the trees and the grass and the ground, and seems to obliterate everything in its path. And as that is happening, from off in the distance, you see this wave of void creatures that were spawned from the portal, continuing to sweep over the countrysides, over smaller homesteads and villages and farms off in the distance, long since evacuated to the city of Quildun. But you know it's only a matter of time before it reaches the gates of the city. What do you do?
Oh, goodness. All right. Chad, would you come here a second?
Sure.
I thought that was going to have more time for this. And she's going to, quickly start casting Foresight.
Okay.
Takes a minute.
Yeah, you've got that time. I believe there was something Chad was going to do during that minute, too.
Yes.
Chad's kind of looking back and forth between you, but also at the dragon.
Just give me... I'm almost at, 10 more seconds.
Yeah.
And so with the Battle Masters Know Your Enemy, I can learn in relation to my own scores, whether it's equal, superior, or inferior. I think I would like to learn the dragon's armor class, and its... I know we said dex score, but it definitely has a better dex score than I do, because I've got 10. So maybe a con score? Which you think would be more helpful, casters? Strength, dex, or con?
I don't know. What are some of mine?
Either dex or con. I don't think strength is as big of a one.
Yeah, I don't think any of mine are really strength.
For me, most of my stuff is attacks too. So.
Yeah, unless we think this thing is somehow not super dexterous and is around the range of 10.
I guess we'll just tell us it's... Yeah, see what you can figure out about its con score.
Okay, so its armor class and its con score, please.
Okay, what is your armor class?
My armor class is 21.
Okay. Superior.
Okay. And my con score is 18.
Superior.
Beefy boy. All right. Go.
Jules and Finn has a minute to just chat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to be chatting, you can do what you like.
Right. Well, you guys have a minute to kill. I might as well walk up or start next to Jules and be like, so, you and Lazar.
What?
There's a little bit of tension between you two.
And?
Just wondering if this is more of a reason for you to, are you focused solely on this fight, or is your mind kind of wandering?
What are you talking about?
There is tension between you two.
Sure. Why do you care?
because I feel like I'm being left out of the secret. I don't know.
It's really none of your business.
Well, the world's gonna end, so
You really want to know?
yeah.
He's my father.
Not what I was expecting to hear. Hilda, I'm going out Hilda like that's disgusting.
Do you
You
feel
could
better?
have stopped so much. That's really awkward.
Do you feel better?
Like,
You satisfied?
yeah. Congratulations.
Glad I could help. Can we go?
Now I can die without any worries.
Oh, that was your last worry.
Well, yeah, it's the only thing I didn't know. Unless there's something else I don't know. Is there something else I don't know?
If you think there was something between me and Mazar, there's a lot you don't know.
Can't believe Hilda let me believe that.
I didn't know such thing.
Hilda, as you're listening to this conversation, trying to focus and finish up the spell,
Exactly.
you finish the last incantation, and you feel
Mm-hmm.
this wealth of magical energy kind of surge out of you, and probably feel this like almost this immense drain as this very powerful spell is cast. You, Chad, are suddenly filled with getting at like the quantum brain for a moment, and you feel yourself. You begin to see things and hear things like an echo, and you see this like almost shadow of things happening just an instant before it actually does. It's just weird situation that takes you a moment to sort of kind of come to terms with. But you begin to predict and kind of feel yourself sensing bits of conversation and some of what's happening between Hilda or Jules and Finn just an instant before it actually happens.
My brain is working harder than it ever has before. I don't think my int score of 6 is equipped to process
Oh
all
no!
that.
Your
Probably
poor brain.
not.
I did not think of this through.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is okay. I think I got it. This is
Hopefully, this will help you in combat. I know it might be a little disorienting. I would have liked to practice beforehand, but things are as they are.
yes. Who has the giant potion?
I think I've probably got it in my bag.
Yeah, then
Let's see. Yes.
Chad just reaches out a hand for that too.
Here you go.
All right. I think actually stows it for now, but we'll probably
Okay.
pop it before we leave the gates or whatever.
Okay. As you're preparing, you see the soldiers of the city and the mages from the Arcanus Imperium that are currently stationed there at the portal are frantically beginning to gather and marshal themselves near the gates of the city as they see these void beings approaching. You see Mizar, who has entered the city and approaches the guild hall,
Oh, yeah, he's
now
bringing the
back
box.
into kind of shrinks down to his normal Goliath form and is carrying the box with him, and places it just outside the doors, and looks around. You see some of the six as well. Specifically, I think you see Den and probably Kune are beginning to gather some like weapons, and I think Kune you see drawing a bow and kind of testing its strength. Den has grabbed whatever armor she could that was kept within your armory at the guild hall, and the two of them kind of nod at each other, and Den says, "All right, guess we're doing this again then." And she looks to the rest, and Mizar says, "All right. So Dragon, I think that's probably you four, right?"
Yes, we've taken on bigger things before.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm going to help protect the city, unless there's something you think I'm better suited to do, but I saw the forces gathered and I wasn't impressed, so I think they could use my help.
Any kind of pointing at Dragonmount, any hidden tricks about this I should know about?
Special
Yeah,
tips.
There's a button on the bottom of the if you press that, sparkles come. No, it's whatever. It's magic. You should be able to waste. And he kind of stalks over towards Jules and says, "Don't die."
You don't die.
All right.
Mother wants a word.
Shit. And kind of goes to stalk away and then comes back and just like holds out a hand to like shake your hand, I guess, because he doesn't know what else to do.
Aw.
Yeah, I'll grab his arm, like
Okay.
strong people style.
Seriously. Come back. I'll make sure you all have a place to come back to.
All right.
Can't believe I didn't see that before. Now you're looking at it,
You know-
it's just really
I
obvious.
told you, I tried to tell you not to like push it because it's awkward, but it was not my secret to tell you.
He looks over at Den and Kune, and the three of them go jogging off towards the city gates to help with the rallying forces. You see Gethys and Arisha kind of gathered near the doors of this the guild hall as well, and Arisha comes stepping over, and she says, "This is difficult to explain, and I'll keep it as quick as I can. I received a vision not long ago of this dragon, and I attempted to read the weavings of fate, which are steadily being cut off as time passes. But you must know this: this fight with this being, this creature, cannot happen near the city. I saw a vision of victory and death. The death of this dragon, should you achieve that fate and follow that thread, will come with a great cost. I see destruction and immense calamity that comes along with it that will befall this city should the dragon fall within its walls. And a light, an explosion like a dying star."
Okay, well, I was thinking we should get it out of here, so that just confirms it. Thank you for sharing that vision with us.
It will threaten you as well. You should be prepared for that eventuality. One of you must stand to see it gone, to see the Arbiter sealed away. Good luck.
What we're here for.
Hey, Matthias, buddy, we have a job for you.
Matthias, also, who has been looking for something, kind of jog, said, "Yeah? What can I do? How can I help?"
When we kill this thing, we need somebody to stand by and watch it to make sure it goes away. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Matthias, go help Mizar and the others.
I'm gonna
great
tell
help to them.
Matthias to keep people alive.
Yeah.
Shake his hand and show him some respect. Just a little tap on the shoulder, shake his hand, and be like, "You got this. You know what to do, friend."
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
When you read my death, was it here? Like, how much time do I have left to live, Mr. Death Reader?
I don't know.
Okay, useless.
It's not really how it works. Okay, sort of a backhanded thing after you just told me how important. I'm gonna go help people.
Finn, that was rude.
He's
Okay.
gonna remember me now, though, isn't he? Yes.
Okay. Well, I've got an idea how we can get some of us out of here, but we should somehow maybe distract the dragon. Maybe we can get it to follow us sort of out of the city if we just get its attention somehow.
We could verbally insult it.
That is a possibility. Chad, how do you feel about getting all up in its grill?
I don't think I'd be able to do much else from anywhere else, so...
Okay. Okay, she's gonna summon that Pegasus.
No, Chad, you
Okay.
are 1/4 its daddy, so you tell it what to do.
Not the dragon.
He could be.
Okay, you Hilda claps her hands together, and you see summoned out of the ether a majestic, brilliant white Pegasus, massive eagle wings kind of outstretched from either side. It stomps at the ground once and sort of like bows its head in your direction, Hilda.
I think maybe Chad, if you fly on that, and then maybe you could fly up close to its head or something. That's kind of the danger zone, but we kind of want to get its attention. And then
I think I'll figure something out.
Yeah, and then Finn, you were able to do cast flying earlier. I think we could do some more of that at least to get
Would you like to
expedite our
fly?
getting out of here.
Would
That
you
would
like
be
to fly
nice.
as well, Jules? You've got to be willing. Okay. And we will fly.
Okay.
And while we're
right.
flying, I will activate my Road of the Pack Keeper to get my spell slot back.
Okay,
Perfect.
that's fair. Okay, so you cast fly on Hilda, Jules, and yourself.
Myself.
Okay. All right. The three of you begin to sort of hover a little bit off the ground as Chad climbs up onto the back of this Pegasus, mind full of possibilities and
For the first
smoking.
time.
You hear the cooling fan in his head just begin to just heat up. There's just like buzzing near him right now. He's overclocking like really hard right now, but
Oh, gosh.
hold it together.
You got this, buddy.
He
It lasts
gets
for
it in my
8
brain.
hours.
My brain's gonna be mush by the end.
Oh gosh. Actually, is there like I
It
was
doesn't
gonna
say
see-
that there's anything about like it.
like if you
too
go
taxing.
down?
No?
Well, I'm just curious. Like if you go
No.
down and then you come back up, is it still running?
Yeah, it would still be going because it's not a concentration rate that you're just
No, it's just
casting it on
duration
that
8
creature.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah, unless his body is destroyed, he will.
Oh
his spell
yeah,
will stay in
there's
effect.
that's a possibility.
Yeah, Chad, don't die.
Wasn't planning on it. Though I do see one possibility of me falling off the Pegasus, but
You have Dragon Mario, just pull that shit, just spin it around and
the Pegasus will listen to you.
okay, Hilda,
And
do you
Bart.
have any new secret family that's just come out of the woodworks?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, just make sure because Chad's got the sister, Jules has the father, just making sure there's nothing else.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I have like a cousin who went missing a while ago, but I'm pretty sure he's not around anymore.
Unless it turns out that your cousin is the dragon of the void. I think we can probably deal with that one later.
Yeah, we can worry about that later.
It's really Sebastian.
I think I would know if Sebastian was my cousin.
Maybe your cousin's in the gym. Just put on.
All right.
Can I cast a spell?
Any other? Yes. Any other?
I'm gonna
effects?
cast Death Ward on Hilda.
Okay.
What is that?
The first time you drop to 0 hit points, you drop to 1 instead. In the
Oh.
next 8 hours. So I'm gonna clap Hilda on the shoulder and
Thanks, Fred.
Okay.
a little zap.
Any other preparatory spells? No.
I've never used this, and I really want to because I can do it at will. I'm gonna disguise self and just look.
Who's this guy?
I'm just gonna look like Azon because
Like Azon's human form, or
no, Azon when we first met him, his big
Oh.
grin and like fleshy throat and everything.
Okay, everyone on the street runs away from you in fear.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll scare the
Except for
dragon
a
away.
strange smiling human who you recognize as Azon's form, and he looks over at you and goes, so we can just do this now then. oh, okay. And he like drops the form and goes back to his normal form and says, if that is what we are doing, I'll just go ahead and I'm going to help people now. And he goes jogging off. down
Oh
the street.
no.
Good luck.
That's someone else's issue.
Finn, I don't get you. Sometimes. Very
That's what's
strange.
so good about me.
Is it though?
Alright. We're wasting daylight.
He
All
does
right.
I mean
get
that in the most literal sense because there might not be any after this.
You
That's
all,
cool. I have dark vision. We're good.
I'll go
Well, I
hovering up
don't.
into the sky. I do want from a little bit of guidance from you all as where you want this battle to take, where you're trying to lure this dragon, because you're in the center of the city right now. You have the forests off to kind of the northwest of where you're at, and then pretty much everything around otherwise to like the east and the south is just like plains, rolling hillsides, a lot more open. So I'd like your guys' input as whether or not you'd want to have this battle in like the forested area or more like in the open out in the plains.
Should probably do it out on the plains, especially if
Yeah,
there is
that's what I was thinking.
massive explosion at the end. Don't want to wreck the forests.
Also better visibility.
Yeah, and it might be easier to fly around out there. Yes, I was thinking sort of to the south.
Remembering
West.
back to when we were briefly
East.
in the fake forest. When we were, was that during Krillok? Everything looked like
Yeah.
a forest for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And most of
Yes.
us were like, what the fuck?
What are you on about? There was never a forest while we were fighting that time.
Oh, so I
You
said the
guys are
fake
great.
forest. Anyway, won't be able to see through the trees.
Okay, so out in the plains to like the east of Quildud. Okay, can do.
Don't fly too
So-
high, because if I lose concentration, it hurts.
The three of you go soaring off under Finn's spell in that direction out to the east. While Chad, I think you follow that direction a bit and then break off from them, soaring higher up towards where you see the dragon circling. And you can see that the armies of this these void beings that are continuing in this slow march across the plains to the south, and the dragon sort of circling above them, almost marshaling the forces. What's the plan?
I think as we start taking off, I will take out the Storm Giant's potion and down that.
Okay.
So I think that gives me 29 strength for an hour.
Yes.
So I'm going from 22 to 29. Rawr.
So you kind of bulk up. You feel your armor kind of creak underneath as your muscles bulge. You're soaring up on this Pegasus in the direction of the dragon.
Yeah. How far away from the city is it, or is it like already pretty much right there?
The dragon doesn't seem to be coming towards the city. And like I said, it's just kind of circling above and to the south. So it's probably like a half a mile off or so.
Okay. I'm gonna try something that isn't gonna be the most effective probably, but I just want to do it to do it. I still have the rifle and I have 9 rounds left. I'm gonna shoot a dragon,
Oh God.
or try to, and at the very least I assume get its attention more than most other things I could do.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So gonna, fly for a bit, get into position so that if it comes towards me, the others are a little bit ahead, but it'll chase us that way, hopefully.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think getting into position, gonna use thaumaturgy to announce myself and just say, "Hello there, have you been introduced to technology lately?" And try and shoot it with the gun.
Okay. I'm assuming that. So I don't have the range. I'm going to assume that you are not within the first range increment for this gun.
No.
But you're mostly trying. Yeah, you're mostly trying to get its attention. So go ahead and just make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Well, but with foresight, It
so
evens
normal.
out.
Yeah.
Well, that is not great. It's a good thing I have proficiency, but that's only a 14, so that's not gonna
You
hit.
have advantage on attacks, my dude.
I did. It canceled out the disadvantage because of the range.
Shoot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
But you do take the shot, and the you don't see where the bullet goes, but it doesn't seem to hit the dragon. But there was this crack, and then the booming voice and this explosion, and you see the dragon as it's slowly kind of sweeping around. Its head cranes down your direction, and these two burning stars that it has for eyes seem to illuminate you. You feel this intensity, this wave of energy wash over you as it looks in your direction. And you hear a voice in your head of the Arbiter. And it speaks to you saying, Nebuchadnezzar, why must you resist? Why not surrender to the force that comes here to save you?
This doesn't look like any kind of saving I'm familiar with. And I must ask you, why do you resist going to your room? You've been a naughty boy. We're gonna undo your mistake. If you can't clean up your own messes, we'll have to do it for you, I guess.
The dragon's wings beat once, and you see it kind of lift a little bit higher in the air, and it pulls its wings in and begins to dive down in your direction. Do you turn to head in the direction of your friends, or are you gonna face
I keep
off?
going
Okay.
in the direction of my friends, but I'm gonna keep shooting the rifle at it and basically until I run out of ammo or until that's no longer a viable option.
How much ammo did I give you? I don't even
I
remember.
started with 10 rounds. I have 8 rounds left. So I
Okay.
can just do a bunch of D20 attacks.
Yeah, why don't we just do that? Because it's going to take you guys a minute to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay,
so let's see.
just roll some attacks with regular attacks, I guess.
So
With the...
2, 4, 6, 8. Oh. I did not space those out. One of those is a natural 20.
Okay.
And there's a 24 in there. The others.
Yeah, the 24 and the 24 and the natural 20 would hit. So go and roll damage.
Okay. Let me remember how much damage this does.
And its AC is higher than 21. Is that what we said?
Yes,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
24 at least hits. So that's just 2d10 because I don't have a dex mod, so I'll just roll 4d10. 27 points of piercing damage.
Okay. All right.
First blood.
Is that with the crit? I don't understand how guns work.
Oh, no, I did not add the crit. So I guess let me add another 2d10 to that. That's some pretty
Hell
good
yeah.
rolls. So that is 45 total.
Nice. All right. Two
Did we
bullets
kill
hit
it?
the. Yeah, it's
It's
dead. Come on. It just falls out of the sky, dead. No, the dragon. You see two of the blasts hit this black mass, and you see in the same way you did with the other creatures, as it hits, there is this like. I mean, it's very far away, so it's pretty hard to tell. But there's this like slight rippling to it that seems to wash over it, indicating this dragon has a kind of quasi-physical form, in the same like black like sludge like mass that everything else has been made of. But it comes streaking towards all of you, and very quickly, I think you guys are about a mile outside the city. The dragon swoops down and is almost upon you, and it beats its wings once in the air to come to a stop, and you all kind of find yourself scattering through the air in that moment as the beating of its wings whips up this maelstrom, and you catch yourself and right yourself, the four of you now with Chad kind of hovering a little bit in front of you, the Pegasus wings beating, the three of you hovering in the air behind, and this massive dragon sort of blotting out the sky behind you. And we're going to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Got this, guys.
Oh boy. That's a big scary dragon.
That is a 29.
29. Okay.
Good.
Heck yeah.
It's some...
Well, that scared me.
It's gonna be really weird rolling under like a 20 in the coming weeks. Oh,
Aw. Yeah.
Well, cannot beat the 29 on initiative, so that will be you guys going first.
Sucker.
Good
Okay.
to know.
So with that bit of that precognition, there is I think it's almost passed on to you from Chad through this intense bond that the four of you share. The four of you begin to spring into action immediately. What do you all do?
Okay, I would like to cast Crown of Stars, so I have that going
Okay.
at 7th level. So I have 7 little stars. And that's my action.
Okay. So the stars burst to life and begin to circle around your head, almost matching the stars that are embedded in the body of this this dragon. What about the rest of you?
I'm also gonna cast a spell. This is just my bonus action. Dang. I'm gonna use the nature, whatever the fucking symbol is. God, the symbol of the Earth Guardian. And I'm gonna cast Guardian of Nature on myself.
Okay.
And I'm gonna become the Great Tree for the
Okay.
next minute.
I don't know what that means, so you'll have to
It means.
let me know when it's...
Music got so loud.
Yeah, it did get very loud. I'll
That's
turn
what
it down a bit.
means. It's okay. Your skin appears barky and leaves sprout from your hair. You gain the following benefits: 10 temporary hit points, Constitution saves with advantage, Dex and Wisdom-based attack rolls with advantage, and while you're on the ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain for enemies.
Oh.
Mostly
Okay.
the Wisdom-based attack rolls is very important to me.
Okay.
And I have these in my
So,
hair.
yeah, now Dense is a sprout with leaves.
Still
kind of
not
taking
done.
on this.
Haven't been
Or,
this.
sorry,
whole
Jules.
campaign.
I'm sorry, two of your characters are in this campaign now. Yeah. So your visage takes on this plant-like appearance, sort of imbued with the domain of Gethys. I think Chad and Finn, both of you can do something if you like.
I assume Finn is waiting for me to get up into melee with Big Giant Dragon.
If you happen to get up into melee, you happen to get up into melee. You don't have to.
So Chad is gonna, having used up all the rifle ammo, is stowing that away just in case, and is gonna pull out Dragon Maru and onwards, fly up at the dragon.
Okay.
Now, the macro we made doesn't take advantage into account, so I think I'm just going to click it twice and we'll take the higher roll of the attacks.
Okay.
Like, 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4.
Sure. That's fine.
Oop. So see, there's a natural 20 on the first one, and then the next lowest is a 29 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, so I'm going to use Roll20 as a calculator, so that's 44 plus, and then yeah, I guess
What I'm going to say, if we do things this way, doing it with advantage, that we just do the damage from the first one is just going to be the thing.
Okay.
If it's a crit, then you can take whichever one was the damage for the crit, but by and large, we'll just do the damage for the
Okay.
first crit that you do.
even if it is the attack from the second one. That's fine.
Yeah. Just so it's not, because it's gonna get real confusing if we keep going back and forth.
Yep. Still, that is 195 points of damage.
Jeez. Okay.
Across my 4 attacks. And I think I'm going to make one of the attacks a goading attack, so it needs to make a wisdom save, and it's also going to take an extra d12 damage.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I forgot your crit damage is in there. So yeah, we'll just do that damage for that first array. So we'll do the math off that, despite whatever the attack rolls end up being. Okay, was it wisdom save you said?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I need to re-add that damage. I was just doing all the crit damage. Whoops. Okay, so not as much damage. Let me be right about this.
Oh, you were adding up the crit damage on that bottom part.
Okay, 131 points of damage, plus 11 more, so 142 across the 4 attacks.
Okay. And then wisdom saving throw is that's a 19. I think that's gonna succeed.
That fails.
Oh, is that? Yeah, because you have it's your strength base. That's right.
I also need to raise my DC for that now, so my DC is now like a 23 for my maneuvers. But
good to know. Okay. What is the effect of that?
Disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than me until the end of my next turn.
Good to know.
And it has disadvantage anyway against me.
Okay.
Because of foresight.
Yes. Okay. Do that then. All right. So that's Chad's turn. Finn, you're the only one who hasn't gone yet.
Okay, I want to cast this mofo because I can.
All right.
So I'm gonna give him a stink eye so he knows he's in trouble.
All right, I'm going to go to mark that. Okay, he is cursed by your evil stink eye.
And then I'm not going to move so I can take aim to get advantage on this first attack. And I'm going to shoot him. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. I would like to use one of my luck points and re-roll because that was atrocious.
Okay.
Slightly better. 23.
All right, 23 will hit.
Okay. And then we'll go Wapow. What's that? 38, with 4 of that being fire.
All right.
Shoot him again, because why not? Ooh, that'll hit. The 31, so we will just do another 24 damage.
All right, 24 points of damage.
And can I ask Hilda and Jules how high off the ground they are?
Well, Jules she has to be touching the ground for her thing, right?
Yes.
Is that for all of them, or is that just for the cantrips? I asked this every time.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
I don't. Wait.
So yeah, it's you can cast the cantrips when you are.
I am not that high off the ground though. Probably like 10.
I am
15
probably
feet.
going to get on the ground. I'm gonna land. Just using fly to get to here.
Oh,
She doesn't want to fall again.
It's like
Jules is like
90%
5 to
of
10
my
feet off the ground.
spells.
Yeah, like 10 feet maybe.
Concentration.
Okay. I mean, if you want to drop it, we could just land.
Yeah, I just didn't want you guys to be like, I'm 70 feet up, and I'm like, I feel like they're on this spell now. And you guys just like, fuck you, Finn.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay pretty close to the ground.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
and I'm probably gonna land, so you can drop it.
Yeah, and we could say like you can warn them that you're about to drop it so that they can get on the ground so they don't take any damage.
Yeah, there you go.
Tuck and roll.
Depends how nice they were to me this morning.
Okay. What? So, are you casting a spell?
Oh no,
Are
I'm
you-
just more like
Okay.
in the future.
Okay. Is there anything anybody else didn't get to do?
Yeah, I saw my action because that spell was.
Oh, that's right.
I have literally
forgot about that.
nothing to do. Can I dodge?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Can I
as
take the
an
dodge
action.
Yeah.
Dodge,
That's-
dodge.
Good idea.
I guess I
and-
could Sacred Flame the dragon. I'm gonna dodge.
Yeah. Dodge, please. Okay,
One of
and
those
I'm
seems a little more helpful.
1, 2, 3. There you go. Got 7. I'm gonna, as my bonus, I can shoot one of these little stars.
Yes.
Pew! Okay, I gotta roll an attack for that. That was terrible. That's only a 15. So no.
Okay. Yeah, 15 is going to miss. I think it hits and it's almost like absorbed by the body of the
Ugh.
dragon.
Shoot.
Does not hit a vital point.
Okay.
Okay. So
That's it.
that's it. So at the end of the last person's turn, it's going to use all 3 of its legendary actions.
Oh, cool.
Use its void cache. So it reaches you see the dragon reach a hand out, and it sort of disappears into a portal that forms. And then as it retracts its hand forward, you see carried along with the dragon, there is a scroll that is just like clutched in the dragon's claws. It doesn't use it though. Instead, it just seems to like be enveloped into the dragon's body, almost absorbed into its form. That is going to be its legendary action though, which is going to start its turn. I think as it hovers there in the air after just taking Chad, you're like right in front of it at this point, and it lets out a growl, this ending kind of echo that comes up from the chest of the beast, and almost seems to oscillate the air around you. You feel the air begin to grow sort of like dense with its power that is now welling up into the chest of this being, and yeah, I think it's going to do this. It is going to kind of pull itself back a bit. You see its neck kind of retract outwards, and it begins to breathe in, and you feel it drawing this energy from the area around it. And then with a billowing roar, it lets out a blast like right into your face, Chad. And then carrying out for all of you, and there's this eruption of not this energy or this flame that you saw before. Instead, the air kind of seems to warble slightly, and it's going to use its gravatic breath. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Technically, this is going to be when you guys start your turn, but this is all it can do on its turn. So this is going to be the start of your guys' turn collectively.
Let's see. You said Dex, right?
Yes, dexterity.
Ooh boy.
I assume a 14 does not succeed.
No, it will not.
Okay.
22.
I got like a 9.
I also rolled a 14.
9. Okay.
I'm gonna use Indomitable. Now, with Foresight, do I reroll that at advantage, or is it still just one more roll?
What is the?
So I'm using
one more roll if you're
Indomitable.
using Indomitable. No, it'll just be the one more roll from Indomitable. I don't
One
think it
more
gives you
again.
the chance. Yeah.
A little bit better. That's a 15 that time.
Okay. So I had a 15, a 14,
A 9.
9.
Yeah, 22.
Okay, everyone fails.
Well, then I
What?
can't ever succeed on that. Good to know.
Okay.
And you all feel this pressure as gravity in this space actually increases. It sort of doubles down on you. You see the Pegasus underneath you, Chad, like struggling to maintain its altitude. It's beating its wings as hard as it can to stay airborne.
I forgot I had advantage.
Oh,
I rolled the exact same number. Continue.
okay.
That's your-
Thanks, Dodge. Worth
So
it.
gravity has increased in this space now around you.
Uh-huh.
You are all restrained, and your movement speed is reduced to half.
Oh.
You can make another saving throw at the end of your turn. Yeah, that's going to be it. So everyone is restrained by the intense gravity. I'm probably going to have the Pegasus make a strength saving throw
Okay.
to try
Hang
to
on, let me look at his
maintain
sheet.
its altitude.
Okay, strength save for the Pegasus. What you got, boy? I don't know.
It's not
no
going to be as high as the
pluses.
dragons. Yeah, not going to be
Okay.
as high as the dragons DC. Actually, I'll probably just say a flat 10 for it to maintain airborne.
You rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oh,
The
no.
Pegasus is going to fall then. Chad, what are you going to do?
Gosh.
Do you want to try to stay up there with the clutch onto the dragon, or do you want to fall with the Pegasus?
I assume I would only have a reaction here. I don't have an action to do anything.
I will give you your action. I'll say you can take your turn before the thing, because the Pegasus' turn is trying to maintain airborne, and you feel it slipping underneath you. So I'm going to give you your turn to do whatever it is you want to do here.
You know what? No, I'll come with the Pegasus for now, and maybe save
Okay.
that for the next thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to be generous and say you guys are probably on like 30 or 40 feet in the air for this. So you both plummet, we'll say 30 feet. You are going to take an additional 1d10 damage per 10 feet fallen because of the increased gravity. So it'll be 6d10 to you and the Pegasus.
That's a lot of D10s.
So that's me 26 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Pegasus still up.
Good.
Good boy, Ember.
But that is all of your guys' turns now.
Okay, 26.
Can I get to Chad?
Yeah, you can get to Chad.
Great.
I'll say it's gonna be all of your movement to get to him.
That's
now.
fine. So I'm gonna do one thing this turn. I'm gonna reach out and grab onto Chad's arm and cast Freedom of Movement.
Okay.
If he's willing, he has to be willing.
Yeah.
The
God,
target's
all the
movement
spells on Chad.
is unaffected by difficult terrain, and spells and other magical effects can neither reduce the target's speed nor cause a target to be paralyzed or restrained.
So now this is an anti-gravity spell, which I
Yeah.
just realized. So yeah.
You can also spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints such as manacles or a creature that has it grappled, and being underwater imposes no penalties, just in case. You never know, I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, that lasts for an hour.
So now Chad is free from gravity.
Yay! Oh, there goes gravity.
I'm defying gravity.
Should have
That's
done
right.
some Pegasus just so the Pegasus can fly Chad up.
Well,
I'm gonna use
Pegasus just stuck to the ground like, this is my life.
I'm gonna use a bonus action to activate my shield.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. You can make whenever any of you take the last thing you're going to do on your turn, you can make another dexterity saving throw.
okay, to break out of it.
Yeah.
That was worse than the last one.
Okay. Can you succeed on a 20?
I
DC
can. I have a
24?
+6.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay.
Succeed on DC of what?
Nothing.
Okay.
I think I said the DC. Did I say the DC?
Nope.
I thought you said it
Okay.
was 24, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said anyone who rolled under a 24.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Which the DC's on different abilities, but yeah, this one is a 24.
Okay. So Okay, let me roll for the Pegasus to see if it breaks. Because it's just probably gonna try to get out of it.
Okay.
So that'll be its turn, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, that was way better. Let's see, 19 plus that's 23? Is
that
it
fails.
is it Dex or Strength?
Dexterity.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nope. Darn. That's okay. Keep trying, little buddy. You can do it. All right. And then for my turn, look up at the dragon and cast Circle of Death on its face.
Okay.
Because if it's in within 150 feet, I can select a point. So just right in front of it. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw, which
All right.
we found out was higher. Okay.
And it has a score higher than 18, so it gets
Higher
at least
than
a plus
18.
4.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, so I change it? Hang on. I can only do this once.
What is
My DC is 18.
Well, but
so it's not gonna, unless it rolls a 1.
Well, no. The con score is 18, so it has a plus 4.
Got it. Okay.
It doesn't, as far as we know, it does not have plus 18.
Okay, I was all right. Well, okay. So I'm gonna leave it as is for now.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it needs to roll a Constitution saving throw. It'll still take half damage if it fails, though.
All right. That will succeed with a 26.
Okay. Let's see. I'm casting at 6 levels, so it takes 12 necrotic. Darn, I rolled real bad.
Hey, it is
That's a lot
something.
of
It really
ones.
counts.
Don't you have a question? You can ask it.
That's true. I can ask a question.
Yeah.
Let me look at the list. And somebody else go really quick.
Okay.
I guess I'll just take aim again to get advantage to shoot this dude for making me slow.
Okay.
And well, bam! Yes. And I'm also going to activate. I'm going to use one of my spell slots to activate Eldritch Smite because fuck this dude.
Those of you at home, that was a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get sneak attack because you had advantage.
Yep. This is. I rolled a 1. What's that? That is.
One of those was a 1. Most of them were not 1.
Roll
That
20
is
really does
what-
make you nervous when it gives you the red for just rolling 1 out of like 20 dice.
Jesus, that's
That-
so much damage.
86, 108, 116.
116 points of damage. I'm double
And
checking.
now-
No.
You gonna trust my
sorry.
math?
No. I'm double checking resistances and stuff. Okay. 118, 116.
116. Ah, shoot him again. This is gonna be really weak now. Yep, 20.
20 points of damage. All right. So you take your shot. The first bullet impacting center mass, much near where this glowing star is in the center of the dragon's chest, and the second one winging it across the shoulder, dragging some of the kind of solidified mass of this sludge, this void essence, cutting through that and like peeling it back. Ow! Yep, that hurt. I'm gonna say at the end of your turn, it is gonna use one of its two of its legendary actions to. You watch as it beats its wing once, and there's this whirl that kicks up around it. Nobody is close enough, so isn't really gonna matter. But it slides into a rift that opens up next to it, and the dragon vanishes for a second, and then suddenly, in the midst of all of you, it emerges on the ground in the middle of your group.
Just got smooshed.
Massive presence that suddenly kind of descends out from a portal that opens up in the sky. So now it's within melee on with all of you.
The fool.
Cool.
Who's next?
Can I know, please, if there are any spells or effects currently affecting the dragon?
Currently, there are not.
Okay, got it.
Currently, there are not.
All right, and as
I guess Finn's thing is on it. You know that. I will tell you.
Okay.
You know that Finn's curse is on it. That
Okay,
would
but there's
technically
nothing like
count.
extra that it's doing on itself.
No.
Okay.
I will also remind people that it is still under the effects of goading attack, where it has disadvantage on tackles against anyone other than me until the end of this turn.
Ooh, nice.
But we're all
Okay.
restrained, so it's just normal.
Well, okay. And I'm gonna pew him with another star. Maybe this one will hit. This is my bonus action. So my action was the spell. 19?
19 does not hit. No.
Dang it. Another star. Pew.
And actually, I think the goading attack isn't in effect anymore because that was your last turn that you did it, and it's taken a turn since then.
It's
It's
until
goading
the end
attack
of my
ends.
next turn.
You're right. Okay, well, you're about to take your turn. Okay, I see.
Okay.
So it is your turn.
That's it for me.
Yep. Unless Jules has something, or did you already do a thing?
She did freedom of movement on you.
Right.
Yeah, I already
okay.
went.
Yeah. So.
Get it. You're free.
Yep. I'm gonna just run up on this thing rather than flying at it, which I was gonna do. So I'm gonna just hit him 4 times, or
Okay.
try to. And because of
Yep.
freedom of movement, do I get my advantage back, or is there some other lingering effect that would prevent me from doing that?
I don't think so. If you're not restrained, then
You can't be restrained.
You're-
So if that
yeah,
was
then
it,
you're good.
All right. Boop. Boop. No crits that time, but the lowest attack, or yeah, so that's 32, 34, 24, 29 to hit.
those all hit.
Okay, so let me add the damage from that top row. 124 points of slashing damage.
Woof.
And yeah, let's do another goading attack. So another wisdom save, please. And he's going to take 1d12 more damage. 10 more points of damage.
It succeeds. 28.
Yeah, that does succeed. I'm trying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anything else?
I'm just thinking I could have made that one of the first attacks. Let's try one more goading attack and say that that was on the first hit. Only
27.
8 points of damage. Yeah. Okay. So he's succeeding. I'm guessing that first one was a fluke.
You deal additional damage on those?
Yeah. So that 10 and that 8 are additional damage.
18. Okay.
But yeah, that's gonna be it.
Okay. That will be it's gonna use its last legendary action to it's going to make a tail attack I guess against Chad. So at disadvantage.
Yep.
It's 26
That hits.
for 32 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then it'll be the dragon's turn. I'm going to change the music a little bit because we're going to get into some other stuff now. Okay. As the dragon emerges or lands in the ground amongst all, you can see Chad hacking away at the essence that's the leg of this creature. And this void essence that is comprised of kind of ripples as Chad makes each successive attack. The dragon rears back, its head kind of lifting up in this moment, and you see this star-like this light that is emanating from its eyes straight across the ground, sort of cutting over each one of you in succession. And then that ripple carries up its neck and to its head, and you see this object begin to form across the dragon's forehead, like a horn almost emerging. And as it solidifies, you see 2 arms extend outward, and they're half embedded, kind of emerging from the dragon's form. You see the upper torso of the Arbiter. this black void essence, which is kind of dripping down him. He seems to be nonplussed by the whole situation. Looks down upon the four of you and says, "You fight so fervently to defend something doomed far before your birth. Surrender yourselves to the release of death and the eternal void." And I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom.
I'm going to use my reaction to get advantage on this.
Okay.
I'm going to use my luck point.
Yeah. I assume a 19 does not succeed.
No.
Okay, Indomitable. Let me try that again. That was even worse.
Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Yeah.
Thanks, G.
Can I use my legend point on after an
That was way
Indomitable?
better.
Sure. Yeah, you can roll one more time.
Okay.
Wisdom.
Mhm.
Okay. 26.
I'm also going to use my legend point.
Oh man.
That is also a 26.
Yes.
Okay.
Watch this. I'll say 25 and Jules will be like 453.
28.
28. Wow, you guys all succeed on succeed against the dragon's aura of madness. So all of you are immune to it for the next 24 hours. I'll just go ahead and reveal
Yeah.
Yes.
that
What was that
could
do?
have gotten very bad. You all would have been frightened permanently if you had succeeded or if you had failed by
Permanent?
5 or more. Otherwise, you would have been just regular frightened for a minute.
Just regular.
Um,
frightened.
And under the effect permanently of a confusion, which we would have had to deal with every turn. So
Was that a
Yeah.
24 for the save?
it was a 24 for the save.
Uh,
Or sorry, no, a 22 for the save. Sorry. So yeah, but that one's out of commission because you guys are immune to it for the next 24 hours. So
Good job.
excellent.
I've been to the devil plane. I went mad there. This is nothing. Just
however,
use-
the dragon can still make its turn. So first, it's going to start
do.
with a bite attack against Chad first because you've been doing a lot of damage to it. And don't worry, Finn, I haven't forgot about you.
I didn't mean to. The gravity made the bullet stronger. That wasn't me.
That is going to be, it's a disadvantage, right?
Yes.
So yeah, because of the
Mhm.
thing. Okay, that's only a 26 then, but that's still going to hit.
Yeah.
What's your AC, Chad?
21.
That's going to be 34 piercing and 16 cold. If you
Okay,
have
I'm
resistance to
resistant to the
cold
cold.
damage, it is ignored.
Okay, so that's
Take full
ignored.
cold damage. Yeah.
So just 31 piercing, you said?
31 piercing, 16 cold. Yeah.
Yep.
Or 34 piercing, sorry, 16
Wait,
cold.
did you mean it ignores resistance?
Yeah. it
Not that
ignores
he ignores the
resistance.
damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, it ignores resistance to cold damage.
Alex thought
Okay.
you meant he ignored the damage.
Yeah.
No. Sorry. You take the full cold damage if you're resistant.
Okay, so what's the full damage?
34 plus 16, so 50.
Okay. I may have lost an HP or 2 in here, but
That's fine.
as long as I'm not down to like 1 hit point going down, I'm not gonna worry about it too much.
Yeah. If you have immunity to cold, that is not ignored. It's just resistance to anything any cold damage.
Just resistant.
The second attack with the claw is going to be against Finn.
I have a feeling you're going to hit me out of the way because Finn is where it gets sued.
Yeah, it's 31, so that's going to hit.
Was that at advantage because I am restrained?
Yeah, I rolled 2 31s. So that is going to hit either way.
And I already used my reaction. No! I finally got to use my armor of hexes, but no, it tried to make me crazy.
That's going to be 26 slashing and 16 cold.
And if you're just not resistant to it at all,
Sorry.
if you're not resistant to it at all, nothing fancy, I just still take full damage.
Yeah, so if you're resistant to cold damage, it ignores resistance.
Okay,
Because
I'm
of
not
its
resistant.
chill of the void.
So I am as cool as Chad.
Yeah, you are. And then lastly, it's going to make a claw attack against Jules.
Okay.
Also, no, none of you are maintaining concentration yet. I don't know.
I
Just me.
am.
Okay. Jules, that's a 32.
Yeah.
So that's going to...
Fly
Alright,
is
good.
over.
Okay,
Alright.
fly is over. 22 slashing, 15 cold damage.
Okay, I have to make a concentration check.
Okay. Do you need to check this? Nope, does not. Oh, forgot about that. Okay, we'll do that next time. All right, that's going
Is
to...
a 19 enough?
19 for against the damage that you took.
Yeah.
Let's see, 22 plus 15, 37. Yeah, 19's enough.
Okay.
Okay. That will end their turn. The Arbiter is also going to take their turn. And they hold up a hand into the sky, and you see forming in the air above you instantly this massive cloud. The storm cloud comes rolling over, forming this perfect circle around the battlefield out to a distance of, double check,
Is this a spell?
radius of 360 feet. Yes, it is.
Can I try to counterspell it?
You can.
I can try. All right. What do I got?
What level would you like to cast it at?
5th level?
Okay. That is...
Let me click.
It is a 9th level spell.
Oh gosh. Well, might as well try, right? Okay.
Yeah.
10. Okay, so the DC is 19.
Yes. So roll plus your charisma.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Go on. 22.
22. Okay. As the storm cloud begins to take form overhead, Hilda, you hold up your hands and send this wave of countering energy, and you all feel these winds come blowing in from the side, sort of dispersing the cloud, and the cloud is just ripped apart and scattered across the winds, and you see the Arbiter hand lower slowly, and his eyes turn down at you, and this stoic expression seems to portray a slight inkling of frustration and anger, and you hear the voice in your head specifically says, Hildegard, do not resist this. And that will be the end of Void Dragon / Arbiter's turn. That was very good. That spell is very bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seemed like it was bad.
What do you guys got?
So are they now two distinct entities, or is Arbiter kind of in Void Dragon?
Is he like a
still in
centaur
there.
thing?
He's essentially a dragon centaur.
Cool.
Except his head is still there. He's just kind of protruding out of the forehead a bit.
Okay.
He thinks it looks cool.
Yeah. Okay, just wondering which thing I should be hitting, but I'm gonna still go after the dragon because
Okay.
that's what I do the most damage against.
Yeah, he is about like 40 feet off the ground, so it would have to get up there.
Yeah. But if we just kill the dragon, he's gonna fall down, hopefully. So,
Sure.
yeah, unless anyone has something they want to do before I start hacking at the dragon again.
I'm gonna heal Chad before he starts hacking.
That's good.
Cure 1.
quick question, Sean. This gravity thing, is it an area or is it me?
It is an area.
So if I got out of the area, no gravity. Okay.
I'll give you the hit. I think visual clues. You can look around and you can see about from where you guys are at, about 45 feet out, in either direction from where your group is currently kind of situated. You can see all the tree, the like branches and plant life that's kind of compressed down. It is not so about 45 feet away. So you cast healing on Chad, Jules.
34.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Why don't you? Come on, let me give me health. I'd like health, please. Okay, there we go. So yeah, then Chad's gonna run up and just start slashing that dragon again.
Which, did everyone make a saving throw at the end of their last turn for the dexterity for the? Okay, I just want to make sure that nobody else is.
Oh, I did not. I did not, and the Pegasus did not. Hang on. Okay, one for me.
Those that forgot can go ahead and
Nope.
do this right now.
Disadvantage, remember, because you're restrained.
Yeah, no, I'm still. Nope. Still straight.
Can I do mine for this turn?
Yes.
Ooh. 21?
21 is a fail still.
I'm gonna use my legend point.
Okay.
Tired of this. That's pretty good. 23?
It's still a fail.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that was
Robert's
so
a
close
magical
too.
24.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, before Chad, did you already roll your attacks?
No.
Can I try to hold Monster the Dragon? Is it a creature?
It is a creature. Yeah.
Okay. It needs to make a wisdom save. This
Okay.
big, terrifying dragon.
Okay. What's your DC?
Click. 18.
Okay. That rolled a 15, but he's gonna choose to succeed.
Okay.
Because he does not want to be held.
Got it.
Everybody wants
He's-
to be held.
No. He's a very shy boy. He does not want to be held.
Just nope. Okay, cool.
So.
All right, that was my action. Go, Chad. Go smack.
Yep. I'm gonna run up and do my attacks. Boop,
Okay.
boop. There's a crit in there. The lowest attack is a 20, so I'm guessing that does not hit.
That'll miss. So you
Okay.
hit on 3 of them.
Yeah, so let me do 4 plus 34 plus 51. 109.
Okay.
Let's see. I want to try another goading attack.
All right.
So wisdom save. Yep.
Just because he has horns,
It's funny
Sean.
because it's a tiefling.
Are you saying if we scare Chad, he'll just freeze up and fall to the ground?
You racist.
That's actually a 13. So
The same thing where disadvantage against everyone except me.
Okay.
6 more points of damage. And I'm going to do an action surge while we still have him here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also going to do bonus action for, which one is it? Branding Smite, so that I get extra radiant damage if I hit.
Okay.
So let me roll the attacks again. Boop, boop. So 34, 35, another crit, and a 31.
Okay, those all hit.
So that was some garbage damage in there. But let's see, 24 plus 35 plus, and unfortunately, because the Branding Smite's on first attack, it doesn't get the crit bonus.
Yeah.
Plus 32 plus 2d6 radiant. So teeny tiny little bit of this is going to be radiant. 152.
Yikes. Okay.
9 of which is radiant.
All right.
We're on around the 660 damage to this dragon mark at this point.
Okay, so Chad again just leveling a frenzy of attacks against the creature. It is going to use one of its legendary actions to make a tail attack against you again.
Okay.
At disadvantage. That's actually only a 19.
It misses.
So you just whoosh, dodge out of the way as the tail just soars
Hold
overhead.
up the axe as the tail glides over it, cutting into the tail.
Yeah. So you avoid that strike. That will, that's its legendary action. So I think the only person who hasn't gone yet.
Finn hasn't gone. As a bonus action, I would like to inspire Finn.
Okay.
You have a 1d12, my dude.
Yeah. And Finn, you are in melee right now. I don't know if that actually affects anything for you. But...
Yeah, no, I was going to use spell as a bonus action, and because I haven't used this yet, I'm gonna fast step out of the gravity.
Oh, that's really good.
And then as a bonus action each turn, I could just teleport 60 feet.
Nice. So yeah, you just vanish and disappear or reappear 60 feet outside of the gravity well.
So, friend, and let's shoot this dude.
Okay.
What bam?
Oof.
Luck point.
Okay.
I'm out of luck, everyone.
You're also inspired, so you can use a d12.
At least
Up
it's not
that.
Monster of the Week luck.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then Finn dies.
Well, bam. Okay, that one hit.
Yes.
So 48.
48 points of damage. Okay.
And then my second shot. That hits, doesn't it? If I remember
I get
correctly.
to use this ability because I haven't gotten to use it yet. I forgot last time. It uses its reaction to
doesn't.
make the attack miss by creating a small rift in space, which the bullet goes soaring into, and then it is going to choose a creature within 30 feet to become the new target of the attack.
Sorry, Tang.
So I think it's going to go for Chad again. And that's a 23 against you, Chad.
Which hits?
This
so go to
brings
roll
back
damage.
memories of like our first session.
I need you to roll damage, Finn.
Don't worry, you don't get the hex blade and you're resistant to fire. So just take, that's 18 total.
18
minus that with the half of the fire.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
On the plus
This
side, at
bullet
least
comes
it's
out of
not
nowhere.
like Chad crit someone with the smite and it's like, I'm going to choose someone else.
I'm so glad I got to use that. I was so afraid I wasn't ever going to get to use that ability. Okay.
Dang.
Luckily, I didn't Eldritch Smite someone that turn as well. Oh, wait, it's Chad? I'll Eldritch Smite. No.
Okay. That's everyone's turn then?
Yes.
Everyone done their deck saves?
Yeah, I failed both of them.
The deck saves. I'm going to roll a... Let's see. Okay. Here's what it is going to do. Actually, at the end of Finn's turn, it's going to use 2 of its legendary actions to disappear once again. Everyone, when this happens, there's this vacuum that forms and sort of buffets you guys around. I need everyone to make, except for Finn, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Disadvantage for those poor people restrained.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably dispatch, huh? Okay, that's for me. This poor horse, I should just dispel it. Dex.
That is
11.
only a 9.
7.
I'm gonna hold on to Indomitable.
Okay.
And Pegasus rolled a 4.
A 4. Okay. Yeah. That's gonna fail. No one rolled higher than a 21, right?
I don't
Nope.
think anyone rolled higher than like a 10.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and be knocked prone.
Freedom
Bunch
of
of
movement do anything
lazy
against
people.
prone?
I don't know. Does freedom of movement help
I
with
don't think
prone?
so. I'm gonna
Trying to
double check.
So I was
Back up.
restrained and
Uh,
paralyzed.
Is
I
paralyzed
think-
or restrained? You're unaffected by difficult terrain.
Uh,
Spend 5
it
feet of
then
movement
tele-
to escape from restraints.
Okay. It is then going to teleport to the other side of all of you. So it is kind of towards the outskirts. It's not too far away for you, maybe like 10 feet back. But now it is looking over the three of you and then Finn about 60 feet back.
Mhm.
And it is going to suddenly the gravity stops. All of regular gravity is still there, but the
We just go into
intense
space.
gravity suddenly just dissipates, and you find that restraint, that everything is gone. So those of you that were under that effect are no longer under it. However, you then look up at the dragon and you see the stars across it beginning to glow brighter as it comes up for an intense breath. You feel this almost vacuum forming, the air being pulled out of the area around you, and then it unleashes a column, of black fire, interspect with starlights. It uses its stellar flare breath. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Looks so pretty though. Wait, don't they just fail it automatically being prone?
I think disadvantage.
Disadvantage if you're prone.
Okay.
Chances out for
So
me, but I don't think I can succeed anyway.
And I think, Jules, you get your... I don't know if you get the thing for your shield helps you with...
I'm looking. It's...
Because this is a damage you would take half damage if
dexterity,
you
yeah,
succeeded.
Yeah. It's that I can use my
Okay.
reaction to take no damage if I succeed.
I
okay,
use
good.
my inspo. And that puts me at 21.
hey, nice.
Okay.
I got 11, and Pegasus got like an 8.
Okay.
I only got
Just
a
not summon the
6.
Pegasus.
Okay.
Just call
I
that
take that
Jim.
action to do that.
Jules, what did you get?
25.
Nice. You succeed, Jules.
Wow.
So you can take no damage if you want.
I rolled 2
Uh,
19s.
That's really
will
good. Yeah. So
never
you can
happen
use.
again.
Are you going to use your reaction to take no damage on that?
Yes.
Or okay.
Absolutely.
So you bunker down behind your shield. Everyone else takes 45 fire damage and 45 radiant damage.
So I have that
So
because
you-
I'm rogue.
You're doing a half for everything, so you are at 45 damage total, Barry.
And
Finn.
then I can use my reaction to halve that again, correct?
no,
so I see
you
it
can't
coming?
use. No,
I
because
get
that's only on
half
attacks
damage.
that
Ah,
hit you. It's only when you're
Okay.
hit by an attack, not on a.
that was an attack.
I would like to absorb some of the fire by casting Absorb Elements.
You can do that. So you reduce,
So-
and Chad is going to take the same amount because you're resistant to fire damage. So we're going to reduce. You guys take 45 radiant and then 22 points of fire damage.
Okay.
67 total.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm in power of kill range, guys.
I think a couple of you might be.
How did that
And
work?
meanwhile, the
One-
arbiter.
There we go.
Okay. The arbiter on top of the dragon's head, as it rears back up, begins to incant and cast a spell. And you watch as this radiant energy begins to coalesce on his hands, like the starlight almost being pulled down. And you see these glowing these glowing golden beacons forming across the arbiter's hands. He then places them on the dragon and speaks a single word, unrecognizable to any of you. And he is going to use his one use of power word heal,
That's a thing?
restoring the dragon to full health. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Rude.
I guess I can't
two can play at this game. You want to have a heal off, bitch?
I'm
go,
ready.
dragon.
I'm ready to have a
I
heal
was
off.
talking to the arbiter, not you.
That's fine. That was the arbiter
I
speaking.
would never.
I'm ready to have a heal off.
Yeah, let's go.
A
DJ,
heal off we shall have.
drop the beat.
So anyway, we will pick up
Oh,
with all.
boy.
You're free of the gravity effect. You're hurt, but everyone's still alive so far. So good. We will. We're gonna take our break. We're gonna come back in about a couple minutes, 10 minutes ish. So anyone out there in the chat, hang out with us, and we'll be back soon. So see you then. Welcome back, Internet. Thank you for hanging out with us on our break. We've got a dragon to kill and things to do, so we're just going to jump back in. You guys have survived the stellar flare breath of this void dragon that is unleashed across all of you. Jules, using your shield to interpose to avoid the damage. Rest of you avoiding some amount in through various means. And as we last left off, the Arbiter, using some of the divine power that he had stolen from the Six, healed the Void back to full health. And that is the end of their turn, so we're picking back up with the four of you. What do you do?
Hilda has a question to ask.
Yes.
I totally forgot. How many hit points does the dragon have?
So you're asking because the dragon succeeded on your
On my spell to
spell hold monster.
Yes.
Yes.
And we all place
the-
bets. Well,
Currently, I will allow you to know its current hit points and not the hit points it had when it succeeded on that.
okay.
Its current hit points are 848.
Okay.
So most of us guessed too high.
Yeah.
Most of you guessed too high. So I think Barry wins because he was the closest without going over.
closest.
Hey, good job,
What does he
Barry.
win?
You
4
brand
XP.
new car.
Can I win 4 XP?
No.
Does
Ah.
he win an inspiration?
Sure, I'll give you a
Spend
DM
on 4
inspiration.
XP.
I'll give you a DM inspiration on that. Something I never do because I always forget.
I still have the one that you gave me
Oh,
when we
fuck.
were in literal hell.
Yeah. Okay. Is your guys' turn? What you got?
Chad does look very rough, I
yeah,
will
I'm
say.
gonna heal some more. Let me do this. I don't think I've ever done. Is anybody else below half?
I'm not below.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
take
think
9 more damage. If I stub my toe pretty hard, I can be if you need me.
Okay,
to.
no, then
Punch yourself in the face.
sorry. Chad's gonna get all of this because he looks like shit. Sorry,
Yeah,
Chad.
get it, boy.
I would like to use my channel divinity, which I never do, and do preserve life. So I have a number of hit points equal to 5 times my level, which is now
fuck.
100, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I can distribute
Level
them.
100.
But it can only heal you up to half of your hit point maximum.
Yeah. I mean, I will need most of that.
I don't
to
know how
get-
much that is for Chad, but you get you go up to half if it's
So
less
yeah,
than 100.
my half is 102, so I need
Great.
70 hit points.
Great, you get 70 hit points.
Nice.
Heck yeah, finally. I don't
and
get to
yeah, no
use
one
it that
else-
much because we haven't got below
The
half
Pegasus
hit points
died.
yet.
That's right. I'm also
Yeah,
gonna take Mazar off of
it's
this field
super
because I
bad.
realize he's still there.
not, yeah.
No.
That's
Just
my
bring out
action. Does
the
that count as
demons.
a spell, or can I cast a spell as a bonus action?
No, that's not a spell. So you can do a bonus action spell.
Okay. Can I think about it?
Are
That was the
Yeah.
only
you
thing I had
stand up,
planned.
or are you standing on the ground?
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
I
all
assume
prone
everyone's
right
standing
now.
up.
Oh,
Oh,
and
Your
yeah.
movement is no longer encumbered, so
Right
you can stand up
now-
like normal.
because I still have concentration on this spell. I don't know that it matters, but the ground within 15 feet of me is difficult terrain for my enemies.
Oh, okay.
So I hope the dragon stubs his toe on a thorn.
Take that, dragon. Okay. I would like to cast I Bite. That's a
Okay.
dragon.
You bite the
Swimming.
dragon.
Bite with my eyes. Hilda's eyes get all black, and the dragon needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom save. That is a 26.
He saves.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, does it stay up?
It stays up, and I can target another creature. Guess
Okay,
who's
you can't
next?
Oh yeah, I guess you go against the arbiter. Yeah, because you can't use your action to target another creature, but can't target a creature again if it has succeeded. Okay, that's
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Cool. So the dragon.
Unless I lose it in the next 1 minute or
Yeah.
second.
The dragon succeeds on the saving throw against that, as Hilda's eyes are imbued with
Spooky.
an inky void, which we're going to assume is a different void than the one that is powering all the evil stuff right now, unless you're drawing from the evil around you to do this spell. What else?
I'm
with
gonna cast a spell by bonus action.
Yeah,
but-
half speed to stand up. I assume he is more than 15 feet away.
He would have to be, because Finn was 60 feet and the range is 90. So I'll say he's within 15 feet.
Okay. So yeah, then I don't need to use my second action surge to dash. So instead, I will just get up in his face and try and do some more hits.
Okay.
So boop, boop. That is 30, 30, 28, 21.
Everything except the 21
Okay,
hits.
I will do a precision attack with the 21.
Okay.
So I get to add a d12. Does 22 hit?
Yes, it does.
Hey! Okay. So let me do the damage before I forget. 2 plus 1 plus 27 plus 35. So that's 115.
Okay.
I would like him to make another wisdom save for a goading attack.
Okay. So 23.
I think that meets. I haven't actually calculated my maneuver DC, so it's
What's your new strength?
plus 9,
And what's your proficiency bonus?
plus 6,
So that's 15 plus 8.
which is 23.
23.
So yeah, he
Yeah.
meets. But he takes 6 more damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my action surge to attack again.
Okay, so you took 115 plus 1 plus 6. Right.
No, the 1 is an attack modifier. You took 121 damage.
Okay, I thought precision.
No, that
added
one
to
does
your
not
damage.
add damage.
Okay.
Um,
121.
But action surging to attack again. This time I am going to use my bonus action to do my Searing Smite. So
Okay.
I get on fire. I also have this other thing that happens when I light myself on fire. I can re-roll ones of the fire damage. So we'll get to that in a minute. Let me
Okay.
do my attacks. Whoop, whoop. It happens on the crit.
Nice.
So that is 36, 21, which I will precision attack, and as
Okay.
long as I get a 1, it hits, right?
Yeah, it'll hit. Yeah.
So yeah, then 31, then 27 to hit. So
So
those all hit.
Yeah.
Let me look at how much Searing Smite does. That is 1d6. Yeah, I can never remember if I get to cast that at 2nd level or higher because of my heritage. Legacy of Avernus. Yeah, Searing Smite as a 2nd level, so it'll be 2d6 up to 4d6. So
Okay.
let me go ahead and roll that. And then it's re-roll the ones. So let me do that fancy thing we learned. So there's going to be 13 fire damage on top of all this other damage. So 40
140 total.
plus 28 plus 32 plus 27.
Okay. 140.
Yeah, with 13 of that is fire damage.
Okay. 140 points of damage. Nice. So Chad lets out another barrage of 8 attacks against the dragon, just carving through its arms and its lower chest closest to the ground. It is going to use a legendary action to make another attack against you because
No, really?
you're the most damage to it right now. That's a 34 to hit
Yeah, that hits.
for 39 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. All right.
Okay. That's going to be Chad's turn. Who else is next?
I still have a bow nurse action,
Okay.
which I'm going to use to, I guess, do some more healing, because that seems important, and I don't trust this motherfucker to not have power word kill, so I'm gonna cast a healing word on Finn
Okay.
at a good old strong second level. Sorry, Finn. You
Okay.
get 17,
Whoa.
Nice.
and I get 4. Just, for kicks.
Everything for a reason, isn't it? To heal yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the end of your turn because you use your bonus action. I think that's it that you can do, Jules. Correct?
Yes, I need it.
Okay. It's going to make another tail attack against Chad. That's a natural one,
Disadvantage.
so that'll miss. So you do dodge out of the way of the second attack. And whoever, I think Finn and Hilda are still good.
I just have a bonus left, so I would like to attack it with one of the stars.
Okay.
I'm gonna send one at the Arbiter though.
Okay.
'Cause he's a jerk. 21.
21 does not hit.
Darn. Pew.
Just barely misses as it goes streaking up towards the Arbiter. Just like goes like right past his long black hair, kind of streaking in the wind. Yeah, does miss.
Okay.
All
That's all I got.
right. Who is next?
Finn is lining up a shot. Let's take aim
Okay.
against the dragon for advantage. And whoop out. Yes.
Yikes. That's a natural 20.
Do
So
I
go
do
ahead
it?
and
Do I do it, team?
that's your call.
We're gonna do it. Okay. I'm gonna use my last spell slot and Eldritch Smite this thing, and I'm gonna use my 4 experience points and chuck on 4d6, extra 8d6 because it's crit. Yeah, so
All of the dice.
this
Oof.
plus that.
Holy shit.
I hope you're typing that in chat because
What is that?
166 all told.
Oh, dang. Oh, boy.
I don't understand why you did power word heal. It doesn't make sense.
All right. Okay, that's Finn's turn.
Still got a second attack, buddy. And I'm
that's right.
shooting the
I
arbiter
forgot you
in the
get 2 attacks.
face.
Go for it.
This next one's aimed at the douchebag coming out of the head.
Okay.
25.
Oh, that's just too high for me to do the thing. Yeah, that'll hit.
Cop that. Well, oh wait, ignore the 6. I didn't cast him unless he's affected by the dragon's curse. Are they one?
They are considered one entity for certain purposes. So for the purposes of your curse, I'll say yes.
Okay, well then, this guy is a loser even more, and it makes 29 damage.
29
Nice.
points of damage.
Spit blood out of my mouth.
All right.
Pretty certain I would have some in there.
Yeah, so 29 points of
Made my suit
damage.
dirty.
You fire the shot up at the Arbiter, and it goes like straight through the Arbiter's head. You see this hole blown out of the head through the back, and he kind of rears back up, and you see that same black substance is like oozing down the side of his face. It again seems corrupted or like unified with this void energy, but definitely seems to have noticed that and has seemed to you have his attention. Okay. At the end of your turn, the only thing he has left that he can do, he's just going to use one more tail attack against Chad because you're the only person in melee.
Yep, still disadvantage.
Still disadvantage. It's only a 19, so that'll miss.
Misses.
So that's going to be their turn now. See if he recharges. Okay. All right. How many hit points do you have, Finn?
I have 113, so go power
Okay.
word, shut up.
All right.
I'm talking smack to the DM, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. I'm in character. I shouldn't have shot the arbiter.
Okay. Hilda, you have 100. Chad, you have 63.
And I don't have any counter spell slots, so
Mm-hmm.
quick question while you think.
Mhm.
In regards to spending XP for a short rest, can it be any time?
On your turn. I don't think I
As
put
an
it on there,
action.
but it's as an action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chad, there's no loophole.
Don't worry, I got ideas.
Do I want to use that?
Yes, you do. 'Cause it's not me.
Okay. Yeah. Here's what he is going to do. Yeah, it's too low. He is going the arbiter kind of looming above the dragon's head. I think it takes the shot and looks at you and begins to speak out in this this long forgotten tongue. And he looks down at Chad. Yeah. And he is going to cast a spell. I'm going to give... I don't know if Hilda, you're going to do anything.
Yeah, I'm going to try to counterspell it. If I can tell that it's
Okay.
a spell.
He is casting a spell in Chad's direction.
What level? Oh, that 5th level again.
Okay. That's a 9th level spell.
Oh boy, okay. Let me click it again. #11. 21.
21.
Oh, wait, do I... No, just kidding, that was my spell attack bonus.
No, you don't add your proficiency. It's
Nope.
just your charisma.
You're right. Okay, so that's only 15.
15. He speaks this word, which the area around you seems to go still in this moment. Everything seems to stop, and you watch as the circle of this grass, kind of golden yellow around Chad's feet, suddenly begins to wither and die, and Chad falls. Chad, you fall 0 hit points, and you are dead. The dragon then picks up off the ground and goes streaking over towards Finn. And Finn, I'm going to make some attacks against you.
Joke's on you, Albert. Chad was my least favorite one of the group. No offense, Chad. You're really not my least favorite. I love all of you equally.
Finn, that is a 31.
I have an AC of 15.
Okay, all 3 of these hit then. You tell me if you want to use your reaction to reduce any of them. There's the bite attack.
Any of them a crit?
No, none of them were a crit. There was a bite and 2 claw attacks.
Which one seems dangerous? The bite seems really dangerous, right?
Probably the bite attack, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to use this fancy fellow, Armor of Hexes, and roll a d6 and what, 4 or more, and he misses no matter what.
Okay, there you go. Roll a d6.
Yes.
All
I am
right.
immortal.
You cast out. You call out towards the dragon, and that void energy, this dark energy that is given to you from your weapon, coalesces around the dragon and just pulls it to the side a bit, and the jaws snap closed right next to you, and you avoid the damage.
Thank you, a rock.
The other 2 attacks. It's going to be. You're not resistant to cold damage.
You
Or
sure
no,
it's
yeah,
not
it wasn't
doing
that.
psychic damage to me? Because...
It's not doing psychic. So that's going
Can
to
it?
be 44 points of damage from the first strike, and 45 points of damage for the second.
Oh, okay. That's
So total of
89.
89 points of damage. Yes.
It's alright, guys. I'm on 24. Great show. Died off
All
towards later seasons, but the start of it was really good.
That is going to. And so the dragon's going to hit you, and then it is going to. Used its. You were 60, 80. Actually, I don't think it can move anymore after it gets to you. I think that is its full movement. Yeah, so it's going to end its turn on top of Finn. Back to you guys.
You're a ghetto dragon.
Can I get to
Okay.
Chad?
I will say yes, because you were already standing this turn, so you have your full movement.
Woof, great. I'm gonna run over to Chad. I'm gonna take one of these great shiny diamonds out of my pocket. I'm gonna smash it on his dumb plate armored chest, and I'm gonna cast Revivify.
Okay. Counterspell. No, I don't have that.
That would be mean.
That would be very mean. Okay. You run over towards Chad, who's lying there in this patch of this circle of dead grass, eyes open, staring up at the sky, and
Just like in Mission Impossible.
Yeah, and like Mission Impossible, it takes a couple of times to smash the diamond. On the third strike, it breaks, shattering and scattering into small fragments across the ground. And those fragments begin to glow and begin to encircle in this whirlwind around you. Watch the grass itself kind of come back to life. The vines themselves sort of pushing Chad up off the ground, pushing him back to his feet. And then, Chad, your eyes open and you look around as you slump down to one knee and you take a breath. And in that instant, you're not sure what happened, but everything went black there for a second, and you are back to life.
That wasn't very pleasant.
Just stay alive for a second, alright?
So you're out 1 hit point.
Okay.
Oh, what he? Okay. I still have eye bite going, so I'm gonna try to use on the arbiter.
Okay.
He has to make a. I have to scroll back through. I'm pretty sure it's wisdom. Yeah, wisdom. Save.
All right.
Whoa.
That is a 30.
Oh boy. So nope. As sort of like the black just sort of like dissipates.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask a question.
Yeah. Okay.
You can, yeah.
I don't know which question I ask.
And I don't think you asked one about the dragon when you cast Eye Bite before either.
Nope.
So you technically have 2 questions that you could ask.
So many questions.
Yeah.
Okay, but that was my action. Bonus, I'm just gonna set another crown of stars. Star at. Okay, let's roll this one. At the arbiter. That was 1 by my halfling, so I gotta re-roll it.
Yes, you do.
The 13. Let's see, plus 23.
23 hits.
Take that, you little meaty poof, hurting my friend.
Let me check
Okay.
something actually. This is a ranged attack, right?
Yes,
Oh,
it is a range. Yeah. Yeah, let me click the thing again.
Is he a monk?
Yeah, it's technically like a.
Yep, I think the dragon is going to use its reaction.
Rude.
And
But maybe at the
hitting-
arbiter.
No.
He can do it too?
They're
They
together.
are
You're right, they are together.
They're together. They're a thing.
How much
They're an
damage?
item?
How much damage does this do?
Well, we're gonna find out. So it is swallowed by that void. The only
so
person
good
within
range.
30 feet of it is gonna be Finn. So
Oh no!
it's Finn.
No!
23 does hit me as well.
Okay.
Roll damage.
15.
I'm
15
still
points of
good.
damage.
I'm still good. I'm on
Oh
9.
my gosh.
Ow!
Um,
I should have shot you when I had the chance.
is that it for Ilsa's turn?
That's all my stuff. Yeah, she's kind of crying.
I know, it's not
Finn,
good.
you're not gonna like this.
Nah. Yeah.
The dragon is going to. Yeah, it beats its wings once around you, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, we got a chance to.
You do have a chance. You do have a chance.
I don't have a chance to.
What was that? Oh, 11.
You have an inspiration.
You
Oh,
do.
I do. Oh, I don't think a 23 will save me. I don't think a 23 will save me. Let's
You
do it.
can re-roll. So yeah, just re-roll the.
Oh wait, I
And
can just
this is a
re-roll.
DM
DM
inspiration. Yeah, so you just get to
Yeah.
re-roll the.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta reroll a save.
Welcome.
Sorry, I was confused. What was going on?
just.
Oh, no.
Can I give him mine? Can I give him my DM inspiration?
No, no, you
Aw.
Do you
cannot.
still have Hilda's inspiration?
Yeah, no, he
Nah,
used it
I used
ages
that.
ago.
So that's a 19, which is going to fail. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
I halved that because I'm fucking amazing.
So you have it to 6. How many hit
How
points
many
are you
do
at right
you
I'm on 3.
now? And the dragon disappears and is going to reappear.
Oh no.
40 feet in the air, so directly above you.
Finn's gonna go and I'm gonna drink my superior healing potion, which I have saved since whenever we got them ages ago.
Oh
So
yeah, we
what's
got
the
those
superior
ages
give
ago.
me?
Yeah, you guys
I
had
saw
this
my-
a long time ago.
I still have my basic potion of healing from when I joined you guys. So I don't know how much the superior is.
8d4 plus 8.
Yes.
8d4 plus 8, okay. And I have a cleric in my party, so I just heal max, right?
We don't
No.
have that effect.
Yeah, that's
right
totally
now.
how that works.
Yeah, for sure.
28, look
pretty
at
good.
that. I'm up to
It's
31.
healing.
Was that a
Alright.
full action to drink my potion?
No, I let you guys do that. It's a bonus action.
Oh, well. Ben's going to start running 30 feet towards Jules because help. And I'm just going to.
Good move.
And I'm just going to shoot the Arbiter twice because dude's a dick.
Okay, you're 80 feet away from Jules right now, so you do start moving.
Yeah,
You're still
I'll just
pretty
get it
good
as close
distance. Yeah, as
Get
close as you
within
can.
60 feet, we're solid.
Okay, you go running.
Bam!
towards-
27, Arbiter number 1.
Okay, that hits.
Clock that, 24 points of damage.
Okay. 20.
And Arbiter number 2, 22.
He's gonna use this reaction. Oh no, wait, he already.
He's already used the reaction,
He's
so
already used
yeah,
it.
good
No,
luck
I
shooting
forgot.
Hilda.
Well, he could have multiple reactions. It's a thing, but no, he doesn't. So that is also a hit.
Did that hit? Okay. Take 21 points of damage. You
What was
big
the total?
bully.
What was the total on the first one again? Sorry, I missed that.
24.
24. Okay. 24.
You
Perfect.
big bully.
As you shoot twice and running the other way, the dragon looming above you, Finn on the brink of death. Who's next?
I think it's just me. Speaking of being on the brink of death.
Yeah.
So first, I'm gonna bonus action to do Second Wind. So I get D10 plus 20 health. That's a 6. So I'm at 27 health.
Okay.
And then I take an even deeper breath than usual and spend 8 of my XP to gain the benefits of a short rest.
Yes.
So I get all my superiority dice. I get all my action surges. I get the second wind back.
Yeah, that's pretty big for you.
Yeah, I don't think I get Indomitable. No, but I'm also going to use a good chunk of my 20 hit dice to heal back up.
Go for it.
It's 12.
Well, while he's doing that, who else is going? So Chad is just sitting there taking a quick power breather.
I think that's everyone.
Has everyone
I
gone?
still have a bonus action, but I don't friggin' know what to do with it, you guys.
Yeah, because use your action to cast Revivify.
Yeah.
Let me
So
add all those up.
I can't cast a
These-
spell.
These sheets don't seem to have a way to roll multiple hit dice at once,
you can
unfortunately.
you can hit him with your shield for a bonus action if you can get close enough.
Smack.
Oh yeah, let me just walk up this 40-foot flight of stairs that I just found.
You can verbally abuse someone for hitting a valued team member in the back of the head with Crown of Stars. So no, if I shot someone via that way, I'd get yelled at.
True.
As I was running away, I would like to be comforting Hilda, be like, "It's okay, I'm alive. I hate you, Arbor, you big dummy."
I have a question.
Yes.
So my shield remains animated for 1 minute. Can I can use a bonus action to end it. It hasn't been quite a minute yet. Can I use a bonus action to just encourage my shield to keep flying for another minute?
I'll say sure.
Great.
That's fair.
You can keep doing
going,
your
buddy.
thing.
Doing great. Good job,
FYI.
shield.
This has only been 30 seconds this fight so far.
Yeah, it's been a
I've
very...
just hit round 5 of my curse,
same.
so
So I have now regained my whole thing.
Good.
All of the
Jesus.
things.
Yep. I used 19 of my 20 hit dice. Some of it was overkill healing, but yeah, let's see. I am then going to I think I'm gonna action surge and cast fly using Dragon Maru. And start zipping up into the sky.
Okay, you can
Dragons
make it kind of.
lands.
You can make it close to the way there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, you start zipping off with Dragon Maru. Okay. Dragon and Arbiter's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Chad's coming up. I think the Arbiter looks very angry that Chad is back up and seems to be doing fine.
You healed a bunch. Well, I can do it too, motherfucker.
Let's see. Hilda. Okay. Finn, you are running. I think it is going to swoop down towards the ground.
Not because
and
I'm afraid.
It is going to land itself between where Jules, Hilda, and Finn are, using this opportunity to get in some hits on you guys who have been doing a lot of stuff. Okay, we're going to hit Finn first.
Is he doing like just one attack on me, or is he doing multiple?
We're going to see. It's going to be a bite attack against you.
That's
That's going to be a 25 to hit.
Can he even get lower than a 15? Is that a possible?
No.
Okay, so either way, he just hits.
Unless you're also natural one, yeah. So that's going to be 2 damage to you.
I'll take the hit.
Okay, so that's going to be 40...
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry.
42 points of damage.
Yeah, and then uncanny dodge, and that's 21.
Okay.
It was the only way to guarantee I didn't die on that hit, because if I found that Hexblade armor thing, I'm gone.
Oh,
That's
man.
a natural 20 on a claw attack against you.
Oh no.
As long as he can't do 193 damage, I don't outright
If I cutting words it, does that do anything?
won't.
It's a 20.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's a natural 20, there's nothing you can do.
That's what I thought.
So that is 22 plus
In
30,
hindsight, probably should not have
50.
shot.
52 points of damage.
You need a 10.
Yeah. So you're at 0. And then it's going to do a claw attack at Hilda. No,
No.
Jules. You've been doing all the healing, Jules.
Aw,
so
he mad?
yeah.
Aw, that hurt his feelings.
That's only an 18 though, so he misses you.
Yeah,
Okay.
right off the shield.
This is the third time I've been to 0 in this campaign. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Finn goes down. Everyone else is still up. Chad's in the air. The Arbiter. What is he gonna do? Oh yeah, this is what he's gonna do.
Oh, no.
He reaches down into the head beneath him, kind of disappearing into this black void material, and pulls up a scroll.
Look.
And he is going to pull the scroll out, unfurling it, and then begins to incant off of the scroll, casting a spell.
Boy, can I do that when it's a... Can I counterspell when it's a scroll?
Yeah, I give you that.
Okay.
Every time he kills someone, he takes a sip from his drink.
Okay, I'm gonna try again at 5th level. Counterspell it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your it is a hold on, let me double check. It's not a 5th level spell.
It looks like I'm sad.
I'm always concerned.
I'm already down. It can't get any worse.
No, it's not a 5th level, so
It's not, it's higher.
It's higher, yeah.
Okay. I rolled a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, you succeed. You see him manifest the spell. The spell sort of crumbles around him, and his hand is wreathed in this green energy. And then he extends a finger outwards and sends a blast of green energy towards you, Hilda.
Oh no!
And as the disintegrate beam comes streaking towards you, you manifest that countering energy, and you see it coming, and you bring up this wall of earth in front of you. And the beam strikes it, and the wall is just obliterated, falls to sand around you, but you are unharmed.
Can't do that many more times, guys.
That is the end of the Arbiter's turn.
Well,
What would you guys like to do?
Well,
Can I
anything
get
else
to
is...
Yeah, go give him.
Yes, you can.
Scoop him up. And I'm going to, once again, I'm going to use my action to use my Channel Divinity to do Preserve Life.
Okay.
So 100 hit points or half of your maximum, whichever happens first. Finjamin, you now have.
I'm up to 92.
I would scoop him up, and then as he wakes back up, just set him up on his feet.
We almost had another bodyguard. So as soon as I wake up, I'm going to start singing I Need a Hero. Like, just Shrek 2 version only. Wait.
Nice.
Okay.
It's just like when we met your father.
Shut up. Just push him a little bit.
Okay, Chad was flying up there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can I cast Fireball at this sucker before you get too close?
Sure.
Okay.
Isn't
Let's
this
see.
sucker in the middle of next to me?
No, he flew up.
He flew up. Oh, but then he went back down though to attack us.
He is amidst all of you. He's
He's in the middle
Okay, so I'm gonna
Jones, Sean, and
cast.
Hilda.
I
Also,
would
isn't he
say
gargantuan.
he is gargantuan, and so I was going to say you could cast the fireball high enough up so it wouldn't hit
Yeah.
any of you guys on the ground.
Yeah,
Since
I wanna
Chad is
get
in
it
the air
close.
and a little bit away. Yeah.
I'm getting close to the arbiter, so yeah, it's gonna be up and kind of behind.
Okay.
Yeah, casting fireball. Let me click on the thing. It's actually delayed blast fireball, but we're just gonna. Who needs to
Just gonna
delay
pop it
things?
off.
We're just popping off. Okay. Has to roll a deck safe.
Okay. It's just going to be one save for the Arbiter and the Dragon because they're kind of sharing some stuff.
Okay.
That is a 12.
So he takes full damage. Where's the thing? Oh, it's not on my thing, so I have to just do it. Okay.
12d6, I think.
Yes. $34. That wasn't very great. That's all right. 34.
All right. 34 points of damage as the fireball explodes right around the head of the dragon, and the smoke begins to fill the area. And as the smoke drifts away, you can see that void energy sort of like bubbling around the dragon's head and neck, and you can see it kind of burned away on the arbiter, revealing some of this like golden skin, this amber colored skin that he had before, as the void is kind of slowly kind of seeping back up and over his body. But yeah, it does seem to have done some significant damage to the two of them. Okay.
Go get them,
so-
Chad.
As the smoke
next?
clears, I charge up into the Arbiter's face.
Oh, it's so
Sure.
anime. I love it.
And I assume the Dragon Maru bonus still applies to the Arbiter for dragon bonus damage.
That is an interesting question. I'm gonna say sure because it doesn't really matter because you're just gonna you would just target the head if it wasn't. So yeah, we'll say sure.
Yeah, and also because the macro factors that in. Anyway, so boop boop. So that is 26, 32, 30, 24.
All of those hit.
32, 9 plus 30. So 124 damage.
Okay.
I have all my maneuvers back as well, so I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to do. Let's make one of them a distracting strike. So next attack roll by someone other than me gets advantage. He takes 8 more damage. I also need a wisdom save as I do another goading attack, and he takes 7 more damage.
Okay. What are the saves again that he has to make?
The distracting strike just happens, but goading
Okay.
attack is a wisdom save.
Okay. It's a 29.
Yeah, that succeeds. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for now.
Okay. That will Chad's turn. I think he's going to go ahead and use a legendary action. What does he want to do? Yeah. He uses a legendary action to make a tail attack against Hilda.
Okay.
Leave Hilda alone.
It's a natural 1. I
Ha.
rolled
Thank
so
you.
bad.
Whew.
I rolled 1 natural 20 and 2 natural 1s at this point. So that, yeah, it just passed whoosh over your head as you are very tiny and very hard to
Very
hit
little.
for this big. Okay, who's next?
I would like to shoot the Arbiter twice as I yell out, "Hey, it's me, your boy." Shoot it. He thought I was
me.
dead.
All right.
It's another one for your parents.
Again, you are within melee of this thing, but I don't think that matters.
I have firearm archery, so
Yeah, you're good.
my curse is no longer on them because I went to sleep for a little bit.
Oh, good to know.
No, it's not. Okay, so, but Chad's next to him, so I still get sneak attack, and I will.
And you get advantage because of distracting strike.
Oh, even better. Cop this, Arbiter.
Yeah. 30 will hit.
That is what, 25, 31 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will not move, and I'll use my bonus action to take aim, so I get advantage on the second shot. Just to
Okay.
Shit. Oh,
Womp womp.
19.
19 misses.
I was too
But he
busy
can't-
trying to be cool.
Can't do the thing because it's not very specific circumstances under which I can do that. You missed too bad for me to send it back at any of you.
Sucker. I could
so-
tell he was going to.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay, so you take your 2 shots. Has everyone gone?
I still have a bonus
Alright.
action.
Oh yeah, go do your thing.
I'm going to just. Yeah, do I channel divinity? So that's not a spell. I'm gonna just double down and I'm gonna cast Mass Healing Word.
Okay,
You know, just in case. At
do it.
5th level. So that's gonna be math. 24 for everybody.
24. All right, everybody gets 24 points of healing.
Guys, should I just action surge now? See if I can maybe put him down?
Might as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly action surge and hit him 4 more times.
Okay.
Oop. There's a crit in there. So 30, 25, 27, and a natural 20.
I think all those hit.
It's 57 on that crit.
Ooh.
It's 153. And I'm gonna do the same set of maneuvers. So distracting strike, so next attack from someone else's advantage, and another wisdom save, please.
Okay.
And he takes 14 more damage.
All right. He fails the wisdom save, but it won't matter. Because as Chad lets out another flurry of attacks against it, you see him slice down into the dragon's skull, and there's a flicker of the light as the Arbiter is sort of, you see that void energy kind of pulling off, and you hear him say, no. And there is you see all the stars that are coalesced along the void dragon's body suddenly begin to trail along the wings and the arms, all towards the core, as they are all drawn towards the center, and you see that star growing brighter and brighter and brighter, and the Arbiter goes, no, and everything goes dark for a second as that star suddenly collapses and is gone. And then boosh, there is an explosion right in the heart of you, of the 4 of you. And from far back, we watch for a mile surrounding the dragon. This explosion rockets outward in 3 waves. And I'm going to need everyone to make 3. We're going to do 3 dexterity saving throws, but we're going to do 1 at a time. So everyone needs to make 1 dexterity saving throw.
Okay, which one? How about this one?
Or sorry, they're going to be different saves, but the first one's dexterity.
Okay.
Roll 20 hates me. I rolled a 2, so that's a 10.
I got a 15.
16.
Okay.
22.
Hilda succeeds.
Okay, I'm gonna use my last Indomitable to try and save.
Okay.
This first one? Okay.
Nope, that's worse.
Okay. All of you take 55 points of bludgeoning damage from the initial strike as you are thrown backwards. If you succeeded, you take half.
Okay.
So let me double check. You took half.
So 20.
Does
Yeah,
24 25 succeed for concentration check against 55. It should, right?
25? No, because 25 would be 50.
You get 27.
Okay. So I start falling out of the sky.
We'll see whether or not that. I think all of this is going to happen before you hit the ground, so we'll do that last.
Okay.
It may
Alright,
push you
so
into a hay bale so you don't take the damage.
So Chad, Finn, and Jules fail the first one. Okay, Hilda succeeds.
But
Yeah.
All right, second one. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
with
Okay.
broadcast, that mean I get that at advantage?
No.
No,
because
that's
just
to
on
Only to
maintain
maintain, yeah.
concentration.
Yeah.
Okay. Constitution. Whew, okay.
Great.
I rolled a 20.
19.
I'm now a 7. We're getting there.
Oh no. Okay, 25.
Don't do that. Look, Sean. Don't tell me
Hilda
now.
succeeds.
Oh
The rest
no.
of you fail.
No.
Because no one else rolled above a 21, right?
No.
Oh,
I'll
boy.
take
Jules, just a heads up, you still have your inspiration from months ago.
Yeah, I have it. I was also
Do
at
you wanna
full
roll?
health when this started, so
Oh,
Okay.
I'm afraid of the last one.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Okay.
Another 55 points of cold damage.
Half.
Unless this
Okay.
ignores resistance.
Oh, no. It ignores resistance.
Okay.
Okay. Do
Sorry.
I saved, so do I take half
You
again?
take, yeah.
Okay.
26.
she's gonna say this
Last,
time. I've already gone.
Everyone
Die.
needs to make a wisdom sale.
Ah.
Wisdom saving throw.
My arch nemesis. Can I use my reaction to take advantage on this? Just
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's roll this one.
29.
26.
21.
I'm gonna use my peerless skill to use one of my bardic dice to make it higher because I forgot that's a thing I could do until like 5
Just
minutes
now.
ago. No, like 5 minutes ago, I was
Okay.
like, wait a minute, what does this do? And I can add to my so 7. That is 26. Was it
Okay.
wait? What was it? Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Oh, then it's
Wisdom.
like 30.
Okay. So I think the lowest we had was a 21.
Yep.
Okay. Everyone succeeds on this one. 55 points of psychic damage.
Oh, that's. I didn't. The one I didn't
that
need
the
to succeed
half?
on.
That's not the half. So 26 points of psychic
Does that ignore resistance?
No, that one does not.
Haha, suck shit, bitch.
However,
However,
if you failed on 2 of the saves, I need you to roll a D100 for me.
oh man,
This seems
come on,
like
guys.
96. Do I get the Afridi?
You
Can I
really
open that while I'm falling and be like, save me?
gonna
29.
55.
All right, let me pull up my chart here.
use a chart?
Okay, did anyone go unconscious?
And I'm
From-
still up on 20.
Everyone's up. Okay.
Yeah.
The explosion as those 3 waves boosh, 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 hit you all at once, and you all stagger back. Hilda,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna change the music a little bit because this is more suspenseful and less. Hilda, as the smoke it dissipates and you look around you and the dust begins to settle, you can see everything as far as you can see around you. The grass, the trees, everything is just obliterated and it's just gone. There's just a sheen of ice across the ground, fractured in places from the force of the explosion. Jules, Finn, and Chad are nowhere to be seen. Chad, what did you roll? 55?
Yes.
That is so perfect. Chad, you open your eyes and you look around and you see a desolate landscape in every direction. Cracks in the earth as fire and smoke pour up outside of them. And you look up and you see winged, fiendish creatures circling in the distance ahead. And you find yourself back in the depths. Finn, what did you roll?
96.
Finn, you are suddenly freezing cold as you find yourself plunging into water. And you swim to the surface quickly, and you see an endless ocean in every direction. Water spouts forming, descending down from the sky above. You see strange creatures seemingly formed of water kind of swimming through the air and then descending down into the ocean below as you find yourself in the elemental plane of water.
Quick question. Does having a -2 to athletics really hinder me?
You're probably having a hard time staying afloat. You're treading water right now. And Jules, what did you roll?
29.
29. You open your eyes and you look up to see yourself in a forest. Towering trees stretching nearly 100 feet tall, looming above you. And then a small glowing creature kind of zips through the air and stops over your head for a second. And you swear you see a pixie before it darts off into the trees.
Do I hear
As
any
you find
bears
yourself
nearby?
in the... Not yet. As you find yourself in the Twilight Realms. Hilda, standing still within the realm of Sarthia, you look around you and you see the destruction that this chaos has wrought. And you find yourself alone, isolated. And then you hear a sputtering and a coughing as you look over and you see, covered in this black tar-like substance, lying on the ground, you see the Arbiter.
Oh, gosh.
You see them attempt to stand, and they place their hand on the ground, and you see their hand almost phase through it, as if incorporeal, as they try to gain purchase on the material ground around them, but they seem to be having a difficult time doing so.
Okay.
All of you can do something right now, if you have anything that you could do to help.
I can go home.
You can.
I want to cast Plane Shift.
Okay. You pull out the rod. Are you trying to go back to the guild hall, to the teleportation circle?
That's probably more accurate than...
Yeah. You could
It's
attempt to go
directly
back to where you
available.
were before, but I'd probably require you to make a check to
It says
go
it's
back
at
to the
your discretion where I land, but yeah, I'll go back to the guild hall, I guess.
spot. Okay. You cast the spell
Oh, yeah,
and you
know where I am.
reemerge back at the guild hall on the material plane.
Great, I want to go out and get on my horse and just take off.
Okay. Everyone's confused. We were not going to narrate through all that, but everyone you see
Yeah.
is confused to where you came from.
I don't do anything to help them.
You go charging off in the direction of where you last saw Hilda.
I'm gonna do a
yeah, what are you
second
guys
win
doing?
to heal.
Okay.
That's only 22 health, but it's better than what I had.
Okay.
And then I think I'm just gonna go try and find some kind of outcropping of rocks to hide behind and catch my breath for a bit.
Okay, you dart off behind a croppy rocks. You hear a screech overhead and watch as one of these winged creatures kind of swoops low in the distance, and you try to stay out of sight the best you can. Finn is treading water.
Didn't think I'd be back here. Hopefully Zariel can't smell me. That would be awkward. She knows here.
She just... He's back.
Boy.
Question: do things still seem kind of the wavy, and is foresight still in effect for me?
Yes, it's still in effect.
Yeah, for like 8 hours or whatever.
8 hours, yeah.
So there's that at least. Okay. Is Finn doing anything? Is he just chilling? Trying water?
You can do Finn.
He's just got to try and float on his back and go, well, this is it now. Do-do-do.
This is it.
Well, let's see. The plan is to remove magic, so
Oh man.
he is not.
Okay. Man. Hilda's gonna pull out one of her pull out a dagger, and it's gonna like sprout with like this green flame, and she's just gonna like rush over to the arbiter and just like sort of like grab him and kind of like hold the knife up to him. He's like, "What have you done?" Can she even grab him, or is he kind of still weird and phasey?
No, I think you try to grab. You do feel in there for a second, and then he kind of like slips through your fingers and lands onto the ground beneath you, and then sort of like falls through the ground, and then suddenly is like thrust back up through it. Again, it's like they are quasi, like in this state of like quasi reality where they are kind of falling through anything material around you, and they seem confused. And as they look out, you see them try to incant and try to form this this magical glyph with their hands, and it just sort of sputters out and is sort of drawn into this black ooze around you. And then you look up at the sky, and you see that void that everything's been falling out of. You're watching as things are beginning to be pulled back up into it, as those globules that have been perpetually falling out are falling upwards through the air and back into that rift. They try to speak, and they say, you just hear this like in this very fractured voice. They say, what have you done? What? You must undo this.
No.
You see them sort of reach out towards you, and their hand just like passes through your body without effect.
She's gonna try to stab him with the dagger.
Okay.
It's all magical.
I'm not gonna have you make an attack roll for it because he is prone and mostly incapacitated. And you stab down with the dagger, and you just sort of stab it in the shoulder, and you do feel it make purchase for a second. He goes, it like lets out that cry of pain, and then the dagger just passes through, and you can see the wound where it initially made contact, but it after a second it just passes through his body. And you hear two things. One, you begin to hear the sound of hoof falls in the distance, and you look out towards the city, and you see a rider on horse very quickly approaching in the distance. And you hear another voice from behind you that says, "It looks like it's time. You probably don't want to kick him while he's down anymore. This child has already caused enough trouble."
She probably like jumps back. Yeah, like probably when he like cried out, she probably like actually jumped back and was like, "Oh gosh." She's never actually stabbed a person, guys.
You wheel around, and you can see that same girl adrift in this golden energy standing behind you at like the center of the epicenter of where this blast came from.
What needs to be done now?
Well, now I suppose we end this. There are less of you than there were before. Oh, I see.
Like puts her head down and is like kind of crying.
And you hear that the hoof falls approaching, and you look over and you see riding up very quickly upon Beast. You see Jules quickly approaching in the distance. Well, there's one of them.
Jules.
I'm just like jumping off the horse.
She like runs out and gives you a hug. I don't know what happened.
Scoop.
You were gone.
Where are Chad and Finn?
I don't know.
It seems like they've been displaced. You were too. It seems you made it back all right.
One of my tricks. Can we get them back?
I suppose so.
Do we have
Please,
time
if-
to get them back?
It depends. What's your choice?
Lock it away.
You can go and you can take it with you.
Forever.
Are you sure?
No, but
We have to be.
I have to say, I never thought anyone would actually take me up on that offer. But you're making the right one, I believe. Your friends. Well, I suppose they would be stuck on the other side once this happens. Fine.
please.
I'll help then.
And she reaches out and she lays a hand on you, Jules, and you feel this energy course through your body and just surging. She says,
Well, do it the same way you did before. Same thing. Go ahead.
I don't know where they
Come
are.
on now, hurry up.
I don't know where they are.
One's... Well, it's that way, but it's not really that way. Just fine.
and she places a hand on you again, and you feel this. I see almost immediately. You feel like two. You feel like there's two objects that are like just like so close to you, but just out of reach. Like they're standing right in front of you. And you open your eyes and you see in this ghostly form, you see Finn kind of hovering a little bit in the air above you, looking like he is swimming. Kind of falls like beneath the waves, and you see him like pull himself back up as he is desperately trying to tread water. And then you look to your right and you see Chad currently huddled down in this sort of crouched position, as if he is hiding from something.
Shit.
Just reach out.
We go get Finn.
You reach out with one hand and towards Finn's body, and you feel your hand connect with something as your arm also goes sort of incorporeal for a second. Finn, you see an arm just protrude out of nowhere, grab onto the scruff of your shirt, and then yank you out of the water as you pass back onto dry land. There's a spilling of water across the dirt and the ice as Finn is pulled from the plane of water. You do the same, pulling Chad out. You see a hand emerging from the air, grabbing you, and then yanking you. In an instant, you're back in the light of the setting Ishornan sun, and standing next to your friends.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Now I kind of hope Zariel did know I was there just so she could be pissed again.
Wait, you were in the depths?
Yeah. Not sure where, but I could tell it was the depths.
Finn, where were you?
You're muted. He lost his voice. Oh no!
Oh no! I mean, oh no.
Swimming, if that's what you can call it.
Oh, no.
So what's
Mine
happening
had
here?
fairies, so.
What's happening here?
We're ending it.
Wait. Have we learned this kid's name, or am I just still calling it kid?
You
The
have been calling
child.
it kid. Yeah.
Yeah, am I still calling it kid though?
Call it Baby Yoda.
She has not given you a name.
Okay, kid.
You can call me Light. I think that's the most appropriate title.
It's too late to learn names. Is there any other way? Just kind of like, we need magic.
As long as magic exists on this side of reality, there's always the threat that the void will return.
What if somebody with the Arbiter's power was on the other side to make sure it didn't happen? Then you stayed on this side. Supreme being one side, unable to be attained by anyone else. Magic on this side. Everyone's happy.
Except we know being like the Arbiter can be defeated.
Yeah, but there's nothing. The Arbiter controlled the void, and there's nothing else on that side. So
You don't know that.
If the power of the Six, the power of creation, were to be locked away, as well as the void, within its prison, that may be enough to prevent a calamity like this from befalling reality again. There's always the threat that some enterprising individual will learn how to use my power in a way to open the door. But I can't imagine that being easy.
Neither was this.
If that is the case, if I'm meant to remain here, that would mean one of you would need to pass to the other side.
Well, challengers have new family. Hilda's already got a family. I'll know.
Finn, you would die if you didn't have anybody to talk to.
Hey, a rock's coming with me, okay? And there's probably void creatures I can befriend over there. You know, the big...
With the power of the Six, you would... Well, you could not be destroyed by the void, but it would continue to try to corrupt you for all eternity.
My ego is large enough that I'm incorruptible. These three here will probably back that.
I'm going to have Finn roll a persuasion check.
Yes! Yes! Oh, everything's coming. Oh, I've got advantage. Don't you fail me now. Come on, I want to see a 38 appear. Are you shitting me? Double one? No!
No!
Hey Barry, tell all the friends at home what you rolled.
Double one. It's only a 19. Damn it!
Double ones! What are the odds?
Son of a bitch.
Holy crap!
Through Finn, all things are impossible.
So
That
here's the thing.
0.0025% chance of that happening.
Incredible.
So here's the thing. There are still two 19s, so it's fairly persuasive.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's terrible.
it's terrible for Finn. But she looks and she says, "I can't be sure. And this is your choice. I'm not going to try to persuade you one way or the other.
But we can't be sure you leaving will prevent this from happening. What happens if someone from another plane decides to rock up here?
That won't be possible. There are creatures, yes, that are able to step between the planes. Their magics are innate to their nature. They're limited. They won't be able to do what is possible using the abilities that I have bestowed upon those that live and breathe and dwell in Sarthia. I can be confident of that. I've been through this before.
Right. We can... Maybe it's time for our world to become new. To experience what it is to not have magic. I know it's scary. I don't like it either.
How many times has Jules' healing saved someone?
Yes, but how many times has magic been used to kill someone?
Less than it's been used to save.
We wouldn't have had to save
Oh.
everyone if we weren't in this position
muted,
to
you're
begin
muted.
with. No, I'm not. I'm looking at my mic
Oh,
right
there it
now.
is.
I'm looking at it.
You're back.
Ugh. I wouldn't have had to save everyone if we weren't in this position to begin with.
What about all the other clerics? Someone gets sick. Again, maybe if we had time to work out how to help people without magic. A little bit
People
of
still
notice
die
next
of
time.
sickness all the time, Finn. It's not a cure-all. It's not the be-all, end-all of everything. It's imperfect, and it's dangerous. And it's great. But this is 100%.
Nothing 100%. I thought it was very persuasive.
You have been the least persuasive you've ever been.
Yeah, see, nothing 100%. I'm not 100% right now, or else I would have been very persuasive.
Okay. Let's vote.
Those in favor of sealing it away?
Come on, Finn, it'll be fine. Sort of like raise his hand.
That was 3.
We all know how badly you wanted to be a god.
You're
I
muted
know it's
again.
not. I know it's not fair that it is just 4 of us deciding a fate for the whole world, but if it means that we can save it, that there won't be future things like this, because there might not be people like us next time.
So you eat the kid then.
Finn, we all know how badly you wanted to be a god.
I want to be a god. I don't want to be a god. Have you met me? Every chance I get, I was like, let's shoot the gods. Why would I want to shoot myself?
That's not exactly what I meant.
You see Light walk over to the still struggling arbiter, and she reaches out and she holds her hand over them, and you see slowly pulling up out of the arbiter, you watch this golden energy that you had seen them draw from the 6 previously is drawn into her hand and then vanishes, seeming to no effect. She doesn't even seem like this level of power even concerns her. And she looks back at the 4 of you and says, "This is your choice then."
Yes.
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 For the short time that I was here, it was nice to know all of you. And through the experiences of you using my power, I've gained some insight into you, and I'm sure that this world will do just fine as long as people like you are still around. Goodbye then. And she begins to rise up off of the ground, and you see her reach down, and the arbiter begins to rise up with her. She says, "You've caused enough trouble here. I think you'll be better off on my side of things."
and she sort of flicks a finger out, and you watch as the Arbiter goes kind of shooting off towards the void, that gaping hole in the sky, and is reaching out, and you see them in this silent yells of anger and frustration as they are drawn towards the portal. And she waves her hand out across the world, and you watch as in a more frantic way all of those globules and the motes of this void energy are drawn up towards the portal, and they begin to draw in slow and slow and slow until the last few remain, and you're watching as that portal is closing and closing, and light turns back around towards the four of you, looks back over the world, smiles, and then in a flash, like a lightning bolt, streaks off and vanishes as that void closes. And it's quiet.
I'm trying to shoot my gun.
You raise your gun and aim it. You fire, and it shoots.
Really? It shoots magical bullets. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
Hilda's gonna try to summon Panger.
You reach out, and you attempt to summon Panger, and you focus, and you focus, and you focus, and there's just nothing. You don't feel anything to grab onto.
I guess that's it then. Let's go check on everybody, I guess.
If they ask what we say, I know we told the 6, but somehow I don't think the people at large are going to be too happy with our decision. And, on one hand, I'm willing to say, fuck it. We did what we had to. Could also say that, the great dragon, in its dying breath, took magic with it.
I think it's perfectly reasonable for us to say we don't know.
Although saying the dragon took is quite poetic, I do like that. But yes, I'd rather not be known for go down in history as someone who made this choice for everyone.
Really kill our guild's recruitment. We're just getting things up and running.
If we still have a guild. Who knows what happened
We do.
while we were fighting that dragon.
Oh, we do?
Oh, we do, right? The guild hall was still there and fine.
Yeah, when you were there, yeah.
Yeah, I came back through the circle.
Oh. I'm glad that got to.
Yeah, you guys dealt with the dragon pretty quickly. I don't think the army of the void creatures ever even reached the city.
Man, felt like way longer though.
Like 40-second fight.
Felt like 3 hours.
Most of that time Jill spent running around just reviving people.
Well, now I want to calculate Chad's DPS.
So
in,
much.
Real time.
So much.
Let's go back.
Anyway.
I cook shotgun on the horse.
I'd rather walk, actually.
You look like shit, Finn.
Rude. My suit's dirty and I didn't clean it. Fuck.
You all
Wash it and
go.
pull him up onto the horse behind me.
You all begin to slowly walk beside the horse as it trots forward, and then you hear a rustling in the grass next to you, and then hopping out from the grass, you see a small cat. Which goes, and you see Panger. Not sort of. It doesn't have that magical essence around them. They just look like a normal cat. Looking confused and a bit angry.
Oh. Come here, buddy.
Wild animal, shoot it.
Anger, no.
Hops up
Rude.
Is
into
there any Ginas around?
I
Missed our
do
chance to
Yeah.
yeet
go
some
to
Genas.
Die
go to
forever,
the bag
Gina.
of holding or not bag of holding, bag of tricks, and
Wait, what happened
Oh
to
my
the bag of
gosh.
holding?
Do I just suddenly like? Yeah, what happened to this bag of holding?
As far as you can
That I
tell,
had.
all of your magical items still appear to be magical.
Oh.
It's just,
Okay, let me roll 3d8.
No, really.
I mean, I'm trying it out.
Let's
Um,
open the Afridi bottle.
Let's-
We can fight a Jen right now.
Unfortunately, no Ginas.
Chad,
Imagine if
what
I'd
are you
gotten 3
doing?
Ginas. I'm checking something. Please hold. I am doing science.
You're doing science.
I am a man of science now.
Phil's just sitting on the ground, just like weeping and holding her cat.
Got 2 giant rats and a giant badger.
Badger friend.
okay. They appear on the ground, confused, but there. Yeah, I mean, all of your items still appear to work. It just seems that they are cut off from the abilities to create them.
Well, I don't. This is gonna have to be some study now, because I wonder if they'll just continue to work until they run out of energy or what. Their like brain is like starting to like thinking.
And
Here comes the war of magical items, Sarah.
just because spells are gone doesn't mean healing is.
You want to try healing me as I cough up more blood?
I'm gonna bandage some of his wounds.
Okay.
That's not using a healing spell. You could try. Channel divinity.
Jules doesn't even try.
So wait, if everything's still all wibbly, is foresight still in effect for Chad?
It became permanent.
No, it's not.
Permanent. Oh, no.
I would say it
His
is
poor
still
brain.
it is still in effect that it is.
Oh my god.
I'm assuming that's his phone.
I was very excited about that ability
It's
happening.
my father's phone. I used it for an alarm because we had like intermittent blackouts last night to make sure I was awake.
Oh god.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that's so good.
The foresight still feels like it's in effect, but it does feel like it is diminishing slowly. So you gather you have the remainder of your 8 hours with this ability before it's gone.
After using it for like a minute. Well, no, it depends on how long it took us to get to the battlefield.
Yeah. So, sorry, Hilda, were you going to say something else? Or?
I was just gonna say, like, I'm glad that it helped. But I don't know how much longer it'll last for, but
I don't know either, and I don't know if I want it to last that long, because I'm imagining now that there's like the adrenaline from battle is gone, it's almost kind of like what you hear about the effects of LSD or something. It's just like the walls are melting, everything is
oh
it's
no.
wibbly.
Probably not a pleasant experience to be hearing everything twice.
I think I'm just gonna close my eyes and maybe someone take
Yeah,
my
maybe
hand
you
and
could-
help me.
Hold
Yeah,
on
here.
to the horse.
Yeah, we got you. I'm sorry, I wish I could dispel this, but I don't. I mean,
No.
I could.
No, it's fine. It's gonna be
You
fine.
can sleep it off.
That's sweet.
So,
We go back.
as the four of you, with your beleaguered, injured, and somewhat powerless, you begin to walk back towards the city, and you see the townsfolk cheering, surprised that you are alive, having seen that massive explosion, but happy that it seems that you have ended it. And there are cheers and applause and people shouting the praises to the Hope of Vagrants. You return to your guild hall where you see everyone still there, happy, excited to see you. Matthias, Azon, Mazar, grumpy that he didn't get to hit anything. Den and Kune also grumpy that they didn't get to hit anything. As well as your nameless recruits. and
There was
the
some
six.
names.
There were some names. I've forgotten their names at this point.
That's the name of this
So
squad.
have we.
Yeah, as well as the name of as well as the recruits and the six. They're pleased, if a little forlorn. We pan out away from the four of you as you retreat to the comfort of your home, trying to make sense of what has happened to this world and the changes that will befall Sarthia now that it is cut off from its source of magic. And that's where we're going to end the campaign.
Oh man.
So well done, everyone. We're a little bit late, so I won't keep everybody too much longer. So since we've sort of concluded the story, this is kind of where I thought we were going to end things today.
Mhm.
I should say this isn't the conclusion of the campaign, because we will do some roleplay next week to sort of figure out where things go. I like to give everyone the opportunity, because we don't get to everything during play. I know there are some elements of everyone's backstories and things that we didn't get to explore. So what we're going to do is next Saturday, we're going to get together, probably take an hour to talk about all of that, answer questions, talk about for everybody what happens to the guild and the Hope of Vagrants. I assume you don't just stop adventuring because of what happened, and how everybody sort of adjusts to the changes that are in play. So we're going to do that, and then we'll probably do something else. We're going to work out probably throughout the week of what we want to do with the second half of our session, whether we're going to give you a teaser for the next season of Saturday Night's Thunderball, or whether we're going to maybe we'll do one more last hurrah with these characters, something like that. So we'll see. Anything from you guys before we
Kill it with that crossbow.
Destroy everything. Thanks, Sean.
well, thank you guys. It
was
wouldn't have
awesome.
been possible without y'all. I honestly, I had no idea what I mean, we had talked about previously, and I had some idea what choice you guys were going to make. I didn't know if you were going to back out of it at the last second, or whether you're going to take Barry's or Finn's offer. But everyone lived, so that's great.
Well,
And
I technically died.
Yeah.
For like a second.
So I tried to kill a bunch of you, but you all
You
are too good at
did.
healing, and level 20 is fun. It is.
Oof, yeah.
It's difficult
So
to
much
run.
power.
I'm really glad we got to run as many games as we did, as many sessions as we did at level 20. But I definitely couldn't imagine like really putting any threats out there for you guys beyond a big, colossal, world-ending dragon. So that was wild. Anyway, I'll go and wrap it up. So we have Slang 101. I'll put on our happier music.
Please.
Thank you.
There we
I'm
go.
so tense right now.
Sorry. You know me, I've got a flair for the dramatic. We will have tomorrow Slang 101 at 4 o'clock Eastern time. Come hang out with us for that, doing some Monster of the Week, rescuing some kidnapped friends. We will then have during the week on Thursday, we'll have our premiere of All Myths Are True, or a tagline behind that we're doing, or is it just All Myths Are True Season 2?
Tales from the Loop, I guess.
Sure.
I haven't really thought
so
of a name for it,
we're-
but Season 2.
We're going to be playing All Myths Are True, or we're playing, Tales from the Loop, which is a bunch of kids going around and solving mysteries. And then we'll be back next Saturday for this. So that's about it. once again, thank you to my players for hanging out for these 30 sessions of this game. It was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to Thunderbolt. Jeff, if you don't want to come check it out for the epilogue next week, it's not everybody's cup of tea. That's fine. Definitely join us in 2 weeks for Saturday night's Thunderball, where we will kick things off with our new campaign, doing some sports. It's going to be a strange kind of experimental thing with D&D. Following a team of Thunderball players who are going to be competing to enter the Thunderball Grand Tournament and striving their way to the top. So definitely hang out and come out and join that. It's going to be probably unlike anything that you've ever seen.
You guys are gonna love these characters.
Yeah, they're already pretty wild. So coming out with that starting in 2 weeks from today. But that's it. I'm gonna go and sign off now so everybody can head on their way. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you to our players. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.